agriculture. Hey, this man Easy, inviting you to tune in. It's all about everything agriculture with the man Banky and Company alongside Yason Tafari. It's your weekly educational show. And tune in. It's inspirational, educational, and you won't want to miss it. It's everything agriculture. Hey, this man Easy, inviting you to tune in. It's all about everything agriculture with the man Banky and Company alongside Yason Tafari. It's your weekly educational show. And tune in. It's inspirational, educational, and you won't want to miss it. It's everything agriculture. Hey, this man Easy, inviting you to tune in. It's all about everything agriculture with the man Banky and Company alongside Yason Tafari. It's your weekly educational show. And tune in. It's inspirational, educational, and you won't want to miss it. It's everything agriculture. Hey, this man Easy, inviting you to tune in. It's all about everything agriculture with the man Banky and Company alongside Yason Tafari. It's your weekly educational show. And tune in. It's inspirational, educational, and you won't want to miss it. It's everything agriculture. Hey, this man Easy, inviting you to tune in. It's all about everything agriculture with the man Banky and Company alongside Yason Tafari. It's your weekly educational show. And tune in. It's inspirational, educational, and you won't want to miss it. It's everything agriculture. Hey, this man Easy, inviting you to tune in. It's all about everything agriculture with the man Banky and Company alongside Yason Tafari. It's your weekly educational show. And tune in. It's inspirational, educational, and you won't want to miss it. It's everything agriculture. Hey, this man Easy, inviting you to tune in. It's all about everything agriculture with the man Banky and Company alongside Yason Tafari. It's your weekly educational show. And tune in. It's inspirational, educational, and you won't want to miss it. It's everything agriculture.
Yes, good evening and welcome to the Everything Agriculture Show. And you know, you're listening to Real Entertainment Network, Reese, and the rest who are behind the scene doing the great work. Yes, it's another Friday evening. Sorry for the late start, but farm work and stuff like that, and heading home and making 1 and 2 stops. So good evening to those who listen to the sound of my voice, and welcome to Everything Agriculture Show. As I said, if you're a first-time listener, it's an educational show. We have my next host, not co-host, Yason Tafari will join us when he organizes himself. And this evening we'll be speaking about 2025 agenda, food security, and also Indian Castle Food Orchard and where it's at right now. And the second phase that should be started in the first quarter. So tell ones and ones, tune into Real Entertainment Network. If they ain't doing nothing on a Friday evening, or even if they're out on a Friday evening having some fun, whether it's down on the beach or also in Bastia, or wherever you're at Antigua and them places, just tune into Real Entertainment Network. And when it comes to speaking about agriculture, days and a half days, so we have moved from Tuesday evening, but we'll continue Tuesday evening show up until at the end of the month. We will link up with the topics. So good evening, and let me say, for the people in Oli and Lyamega, the ancestors' name of, I think it's a Nevis. Good to appreciate you guys tuning in another Friday evening. Good evening to the neighboring island, those in Sabre, Statia, St. Barts, St. Martin, the US Virgin Islands, and the BVI, also folks over in Montserrat. You know, it's carnival time season also in St. Croix, and also here in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. strange thing there was I didn't even realize they had last night the Queen show. That was different. Usually we have Queen shows on a Sunday, so this was different, which was a new twist, but same way because well viewed and social media and stuff like that. So also good evening to the folks over in Antigua, Barbuda, and also the folks over in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Lucia, the folks up in Grenada, and also the Caribbean, up as part of Trinidad, Barbados, my good friend up there. Also the folks in the diaspora, North America, those up Canada, all the way down to Maine, and all down to the Florida Keys, Atlanta, Chicago. It's winter time now. Sometimes I tend to forget it's winter time now. We're here in a nice tropical place having fun, so we don't tend to think that winter exists, but yes, it still do exist. So hope you all bundle up well and staying warm. Where I'm at in the hills, trust me, cold too. So I know it is. I have to wear socks and all this different stuff. So greatly appreciate you guys tuning in. Also the folks over in Asia, the folks over in Africa, Turkey, Costa Rica, our students all over the world. Good morning, good evening, whatever it's appropriate. Greatly appreciate you guys tuning in. So I know it's been getting some cool weather and kind of windy. Seem like some kind of rain gonna be coming over the weekend. Not sure, but we get a lot of rain, and even if we get the rain, the place is really really cool and stuff like that. So remember to share the link and let everyone tune in. Cause whenever to listen to the Everything Agriculture Show, cause we were really talking about Indian Castle Future Archer and where it's at and the neglect. And we're moving into the year is ending, and we're moving to a new year, and I want to go into the new year where we're gonna be held people accountable. And that we realize our leaders they tend to be speaking about accountability when it comes to giving the civil servants an increase or on at the end of the year it seems like everybody expecting a double salary, but then the citizens themselves also expect something too because they figure well it's all our money, and at the same time, especially when they're people who is working at the same time, they're being rewarded, especially in the civil service, and they're failing. I remember the civil service will grade you from 1 to 5, and 1 is excellent, 2 is good, 3 is fair, 4 is poor. Well, 5 means you need to go home and seek a next job. That basically you shouldn't be here. Okay? And training is something is key. Whether you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, it's training. Training is key. And at the same time, if passion is and if you don't have the will as a professional to do the work, then you should be moved and put somewhere else. So I want to go into the new year in a sense where anything project the government take up on, the people need to hold them accountable. And this means any government, whether it's in St. Kitts, Nevis, it doesn't matter. Accountability, cost overruns everything. It's because 2025 is a serious agenda that CARICOM have brought upon the Caribbean citizens, and somehow St. Kitts and Nevis is taking it serious, but then on the Nevis end, the Nevis part is not really taking it serious. So we got to see why these things are not happening, because it's too much farmers seeking help, and they getting the help they should be getting, and you just really hear you will hear the minister speak in the house about thing, but on the radio shows at the host and Wednesday time sometime, and another radio station, you don't really speak about agriculture in a sense, Indian Castle, as if like it don't exist. And when and that project Indian Castle is you can say it's over $1 million. You understand? Because it's a lot of money have invested, and the whole Caribbean, as far as Trinidad, people come from all over, Anguilla, Tortola, St. Martin, Antigua. Antigua visited over a year because they ended up with a monkey problem, so they wanted to see how we solve the monkey problem. So I communicated and they came down as a delegation, also from Anguilla. So everybody want Indian Castle, and it was a government project, a pilot project, and the cabinet went along with it. So, and everyone was there when it started. Even when it started, then I mean there was a lot to be said about it. Yes, I'm going to join us shortly. A lot that it was a waste of time. Okay, waste of time. Nothing can go down there even those with the biggest PhDs and all kind of masters on this, everybody have all kind of things to say. But I know better if I'm gonna take on a project and everybody put me on a project, I make as if you can't work, then also you can't work. But if I take on the responsibility to do something, it means that I can do it. I have the will, the knowledge, the experience to get it done, and efficiently and professionally and stuff like that. And that was said. Over 80 plus, 89 people benefited. Almost 100 people benefited from that project. When you're buying food, cheese, plumbing material, drip lines, you can't name it. Citizens, okay, different truckmen, different excavators, backhoes, topsoil, all can benefited fluently. And project well maintained, coconut trees fruiting within 16 months. You have avocados, you have gooseberries, you have soursop, sugar apple, sugar cane, many stuff harvested, sorrel up and from November straight up until till June, straight to open day. Largest haul of watermelon ever in history, over 10,000 pounds sold on one open day, which in over the years, in no more than 2,500 pounds harvested for the 2 days, and in one day, bringing in 3 truckload of melon, simple and half sell off. So Indian cattle have been producing under my management. There was a manager before, but that manager was moved because of nothing was going on at the estate and it was run down and all this. So I was moved in 2021 and put on and to develop the project. Since I've moved from that area, remember we're talking about 2025 agenda of food security. Since I've moved from that area, into not even one seed have been sown. And we know what seed means. A seed, where is a apple seed, a soursop seed, a tamon seed, not one seed, not one crop have come out of Indian castle. And that is a place where the entire of population of navies could have come and benefited. Don't even talk about this, the trips that come over from Sinkits to visit the farm, the Anglican church, you understand, and crew and all there was also the farmers consortium. So they was encouraged to go cheese production, which they are doing now. So you see, it's a lot of replica been put into it, and people are being encouraged to go into coconut tree planting also. So the foundation have been set. The reason why I had planted so much coconut trees is because you really wanted. We have the young people have getting into a business of drinking a lot of coconut, selling the coconut water, and it's imported from St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Dominica, those places. So why not start to boost up our coconut industry, where anything on the coconut is don't go to waste. They have a purpose. Whatever on the plant can use to do something. Whether the leaves, the husk, could be broken down for a planting material, different medium. The leaves can use for tying and using as shade and different type of privacy fencing, all kind of different stuff for kite making. It's just so much. One plant have so much usage. So that was the idea of Indian Castle, where the young people or anyone who is in one coconut bike can get it from a cheap price from the department. And at the same time, the department has still sold almost 1,000 coconut trees to the general public. Okay, and then still send 1,000 coconut trees to sink in agriculture, which because at the same time he was the same minister apart. At the same time, Mr. Jeffers was the Minister of Agriculture at the same in the federal cabinet. So the link, how I see it, it would make sense that Saint can get some of the, okay, it was 5,500, get some of the coconut trees where the project can be bought in Saint, even if it's not the amount of acreage Navy's had, at least, but Saint in the plant one. You see, no accountability. So you have 1,000 coconut trees died or disappear, and no accountability, which these are things could have been stayed in Nevis and they give you the best of the best. And it, I mean, they bring in topsoil, put those things in place, and then you just let them sit there and go to waste. These things don't make any sense. So at this current stage, I want to encourage the general public to take a drive at Indian Castle because I have an idea how down there is by speaking to different people calling my phone because people still like to say, oh, down by Banky Farm. People tell them all the time, it's not my place, it's their farm, the general public. I'm just the one who develop it and maintain it until my time will have to leave. So now I haven't been there over a year. The manager who was there before is back at the same place. But you see, think about these things. When this project started, some of the most fight you get was in the same department from some of the same people, and then the same minister. But these things are, I keep saying these things are willful act, because in no way you're gonna have that project and put someone who don't have the interest in that place. When I'm at Indian Castle for 2 years, I'm there, and the workers meet me there every morning, and then I'm the last to leave. Even if I leave, drop them into whatever, late in the afternoon, I go back down there until the night because they're scrap protected, have to be protected. That's just how it is. Family don't have half days. Whether it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and whatever I say, Minister Jeffers come back it. We met up. He always down there, and we meet up on Sundays many, many times. And that's just what the kind of minister he was. You know, have the interest in agriculture and the project. The other minister, he live down there, he don't come down there. Have no interest. He don't even know how the farm look right now. He had reached so bad. I know before there was pictures going on about the dogs and all this different stuff at Indian Castle. Well, it's the same thing happening again. Dogs don't have no food, and then all they have to do is call supply office. Ricky, I need some dog food. And they get to buy dog food. That's not an issue, because I leave those things in place. You don't have no water, but and yet you still have a pepper project going on, a pilot project of Tabasco. And you're planting plants, but then there's no water to the plants. There's no water in the tank coming down. So you're going to say, you understand, you're going to say there's no water until June. So if the water is until June, so how the plants are going to get taken care of? So where is the manager? Where is the supervisor? Why are this thing going on? How can you have a pilot project run down to the ground, and then the minister going to stay in the house? He going to do phase 2 of India Cast, another 40, 60 acres. Well, somebody help me make this make sense. Please. I need you all to help me with this thing, because the math's not add up. You can't take care of the project that was handed over in mint condition, but you want to start a next project. Well, I don't. Let me give some recommendation to the minister, to the cabinet, and to. I told the minister this in the cars when I left the department. When the ministers and realized I'm gonna leave and resign and stuff like that, I'm content. Right? The same minister coming to his office. You can't make up them things, yeah. After a whole year, man, we have all the experience in the world. They want me to train this stuff, but they don't want to give me an increase to a different position, which I never asked for, which me never have a clue about. Is them tell me, you understand? You want half me, they say, well, suppose we consider giving you the position. Will you stay? That's the biggest joke we've heard in a long time. You're mad. No, sir. You can keep that position. I know what experience means. So you pay me for my experience, and then we can go forward from that. I mean, if you can, if you ain't gonna pay, if I ain't deserve to get paid, I over a year for the same position. Well, how come a year later you change your mind? Because me leave. Well, that don't make no sense. So when they ask the minister, please ask the minister why he offered me the position. No, he realized I was leaving, because I don't know where the minister comes in. And this is the problem about the civil service. You have ministers within the civil service feel like they want to stample their foot, being personal, even when you're performing. Are there people within the civil service throughout St. Kitts Navies, very experienced with experience, you understand, training, qualify, when them who come with all the paperwork, you got to train those, they want you to train those people. But you don't want those people to move forward, you still bad-minded them. You see? So why would you want someone like me to train staff that have, bachelors and all these degrees, but yet you're fighting me to give me a position which I'm doing the work, forestry, you understand, arc and stuff that them with all the PhDs and masters cannot do and fighting. And the evidence is there, which all of them talk about. So I let the minister know. And what I'm saying, you can ask the minister. I told me exactly, I've worked out the blueprint, I jot the blueprint exactly what will happen to agriculture. Farm I leave, others will leave, others don't leave, and a lot more will leave because of these things. Ministers have to understand there are peers that is there to run the government, and directors. Let the peers do their job, follow through, and start micromanage the peers. And you have, I don't need the minister to speak to the civil service for me. I represent myself. The minister don't represent me. The PS represent me. So I let the minister know he ought to order. I'm not one of those persons who don't represent themselves and are intimidated about any minister or wherever they are, premier, prime minister. I don't care what title you have. I am not intimidated by a man. When I see you, I see either I see good in you or I see evil, because these are come from your intent. So I can see through those things. So I stand firm. So it was. I let him know he can keep the position. I don't want it. I can't. You want me? It's business. You give me a contract, and these are things you have to pay me, and that's it. Otherwise, to hell with you and whoever else. Let me see them do the work. They cannot do the work. You see? So this is how I'm trying to. I'm reaching out to young people. Always what you believe in. Do not let nobody bully you, especially when you know yourself and your capabilities. Don't be intimidated by nobody. Whether it's a minister, a preacher, a CEO of a company you work with, do not let nobody always watch people full in their face and tell them exactly how you feel in a professional way with no disrespect. And they will get the drift. And you walk and that's it. And you shake their hand and you tell them thanks for everything. That's it, because the evidence will show. So now in the castle a year later, I know what to say. So now they have to bring in all kind of people to try to get it back together. But then when they get back together in a kind of way, drip lines have been cutting up, clothes coming, cut up everything in all kind of different area with tractor and all kind of stuff. So next to the material have to be bought, cut up lines, terrible. And the minister don't even know this thing. He know or he just don't care. Mr. Brantley, you're the premier. You have a deputy premier and he's in charge of agriculture. You need to remove that minister from that post in the new year and find anyone from Sixth Farm, even a primary school if you want to, because and a new staff and your management need to be down there, because with that management that is there who do not down there, if you ask the manager how long do you stay at Indian Castle, how often you go down there, I would like to get these answers, because if the staff now see you, you're not. When I'm down there, man, 7 days a week. So how can you manage 40 acres and you're not there? So who gonna watch this stuff? Who gonna? I mean, these things don't make no sense. So why the minister don't go and see how down they look and he live at Indian Castle at Hanley's Road? The people of Hanley's Road is so much traffic had used to come to the people down there benefited, because down there is calling all the time, there's shops down there, and then the people who are there, I let the minister know these people need to be hired and stuff. It still had enough workers, nothing. But yet we're talking about 2025. You see what I'm talking about? 2025 food security. I'm not impressed by talking when ministers goes in the house and all these things, Those things don't impress me. You gotta be seen by your works. You understand? You gotta be seen by your works. I don't set myself ready for agriculture open the next year, March, 27, 28 is the date, and I don't set myself ready for that. I'll do a plant and a harvest, and a plant and a harvest. I got melon to go harvest, I got sorrel, I got sweet potatoes, and I keep planting, planting, planting. And what I'm doing at my farm is what I used to do at Indian Castle. Not for the minister, not for the premier, not for the cabinet secretary, but for the people of Nevis. So I always plant enough stuff so when people come, they can always get stuff to eat. If a whole school come there, sometime I don't send so much melon at marketing and money going up into you understand, the coppers. So Indian Castle always bringing the money going to the consolidated fund. It don't come in my hand. The food was harvested, goes to marketing division. Everything is right up. Go to Miss Doe downstairs in Clerical, and Miss Doe have to make sure I contact Miss Doe, Le Carvet no, which is the PS secretary, and the money goes up to Carvet, and Carvet send the money where it's supposed to go. However, it is done. That is how things supposed to be done, and it's how Indian Castle was run. Okay, staff, everybody, and decision have to be made. Is not made by myself, because I'm an inclusive person. The painting of the building, communicate, and the make this underserved. That's what it is. I'm an inclusive person. So the way forward in 2025, my recommendation for Indian Castle to the whole cabinet, from the premier down to the first secretary, down to the legal advisor. The legal advisor, if they start the next project at in phase 2 in Indian Castle, they're going to cost a next set of money. It means they're committing a crime. Because if you can't maintain number one, Well, how you going to do a next big project from start? We're supposed to start a year ago and they can't start. My recommendation is, because I'm the one who tell the PS, the farmer PS, what to order. So I know why you're there, upper London house over 250 roll. Well, if they move somewhere, they're going to be deducted. So let's say over 200. You don't know how much don't give away. So hopefully more than 50 don't give away. But we have more than enough. Wire there, because in St. Kitts, the 2025 agenda, they give away free wire. And what I understand with the Navy's 2025 agenda, they want you to go and get discounted, buy wire and get discounted price of J and F fencing. I have no problem with J and F fencing. That's my good buddy, Floyd Robinson. But at the same time, if the government have wire there sitting down and have no use for them, definitely the general public should not, and let me repeat that, should not let the government start Indian Castle phase 2. On no circumstances. Because I don't want to go to another protest, Yeah, because I don't like to see money waste. Because if you prove, get in your management, it ain't gonna be me. Me really care. You understand? Because I got things to do. But if I want me, well, it's business. I'm a professional person, and that's what it is. But they have to get new management, get a new staff, get machineries, what it takes to get that farm back up and running, and always remain in mint condition. Because in no way you can tell me there was no issues down there, everything you hand over place in mint condition. And in a month or two since I've leave up until a year, it's just been gone to the dogs. So it's meeting me held in at Indian Castle this week, One, the deputy had to go down there, and then they got down there with with the assistant PS. You see? What need to be happening now over this whole weekend before Monday is an emergency meeting. An emergency meeting need to take place at Indian Castle. If not down there, and also with the whole cabinet, so they could see how the place look, and with the minister and the manager, and with the director, and with the deputy director, so they could see, and they could play some music and invite the general public, and they should be embarrassed to see how the gentleman in Guyana did this stuff. Is that what need to happen at Indian Castle? Because that kind of project is not through the Caribbean. So I don't see how you can have something like that. I have done left there and done so much other projects. The drive and below Hasford and say the Penny's farm. People talk about it every day. You understand? They're getting water, the crops are getting taken care of. Banana trees blooming, big bunches of bananas and stuff like that. Coconut trees blooming, whatever is there, crop is taken care of. I don't go and develop, help so much people, don't travel to so much places, and everything you come in your car, somebody running to me, boy, don't go to the darks. People are very, very upset about this thing, and it's not have nothing to do with the minister, and they have to do with the whole cabinet, from the minister of education, from the minister of public works, because all of them, if you Google Indian Castle, Fuchi Orchard, Michael Lynn, you understand, which is the Taiwanese ambassador, visited. You see the whole behind the phone, and you go and. You see, these are the problem we have. I'm going into the new year, accountability, and this because agriculture could be tied into to everything, healthcare. I've been echoed to the young lady there in health. I mean, they need to have a greenhouse or something, a garden. All these things are good because you gotta buy food. You gotta buy food. If the workers can maintain the greenhouse or the little garden area, well, just hire employees somebody to just run the garden and plant what the kitchen needs. All these is intertwining because the food that the people eat, all these things gonna help them get better, and they also could be used for therapy for those who wanna get out and work and see. Just have it in a way where you can have benches around of it and different stuff where people can sit within nature and see these things. These are therapeutic, but people know these things, and we know. So even if you're going to public works, it ties into agriculture because all the well they're drilling, well, and drill well for water for the farmland. Because farm agriculture we use the most water, and we should not be using water that is potable. I've been speaking over 4 years about these things. I'm about conservation. That's why you see my farm is almost 90%, practically most of it, automated timers, because I do not like to see water waste and overwatering of crops. Don't make no sense. You're damaging your soil and you're damaging your crop. So everything got to be within that range. So make sure the water. So you have to do things in an efficient way. My whole farm is automated. As I said, 90% automated, but it's 100% drip line all over. Wherever you see a plant is drip line, and there's no herbicides. So that is not a cost I have to deal with like a lot of farmers. And at Indian cows, we don't use herbicides. Gramax zone, Roundup, none of those stuff. I don't know what exists now because it's different management, and these guys believe in a lot of chemical use. And the department also gonna have to get into a lot of stuff when they come to. You see, the more you plant, you have a lot of these too much harsh chemicals. We have too much chemicals in the red zone, you understand, and in the yellow zone. Whatever is in the yellow and the red, mainly gonna be harmful for the bees, them, you know. I want people to understand these things. Whatever is in the yellow and the red is harmful to bees and the environment. Okay? Whatever is in the green is biological plant based, is safe. Most of it is almost we call it for organic farming. Just you'll have liquid soap, you'll have neem oil, you have bio-neem, you'll have like humectant, which is biological plant based, but still smells stink, but you still have an interval of 3 to 5 days. Okay, but there are some of them in the yellow, the red, knocked down. I just straight things dead. They call them knocked down. Okay, lanate, all those are insecticides, but people use them for poison animals and stuff like that. But people use it on their crops, tomato crops, to kill pests the same way. Highly toxic. 7, highly toxic. Okay, highly toxic. For those who listening, I would like, let me say, we do a little what I call it there. Let me see how much people who have 7 in their house right now. 'Cause most people tend to have 7 in their house and put it around the doors and different stuff, but don't understand it's really highly toxic. So the screen is there. If you have 7 in your house, you can make a comment. And what do you use 7 for? And do you put on protective gears, which mean gloves? You put anything over your nose? That you understand? Any mask? So and when you spray it on a plant, how do you use 7? Because I mean, each one teach one, and that's what everything agriculture is all about. So I want the general public definitely to hold the whole cabinet accountable. They cannot and they should not be allowed to start phase 2. And the premier should let the minister know that he will be held. This whole cabinet going to be held accountable for this. Because in this era here, we can't be going down the drain in a way we have been bamboozled by these same politicians over and over. And as I keep saying, the same old khaki pant and all this stuff. You really got to do things different. You can't tell me I have children over 25 years. You understand? And seeing things for what it is and seeing these people canning us. And the generation that our children know, they're wiser than us, you know. So if my youth could see what these politicians pulling veil over the people's eyes, well, come on, so what, I'm going to just tell my daughter, no, 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 no. My blood green and my blood blue. And my blood red and my blood yellow. I'll be a fool. No. Because they're watching us. So this have to be a new era. Since nobody want to change the dot and the comma in the constitution, we the people gonna change the whole constitution. Because in this era we gotta do things different. So whenever election coming up and stuff like that, I will put up myself to take part as an independent candidate in St. Paul's, in the local and in the federal, I'll run in the St. John's and St. Paul's also. If somebody vote for me, may run again, you know. And if somebody vote for me again in the federal, because you see what people don't understand, losing is a state of mind, and I don't lose because I look how the universe put things. You see, and if because the people gonna have to choose, you know, if they want to deal with these two parties, and this is transition throughout the Caribbean, whatever parties whether you're in Antigua, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, the United States, Canada, if the people want to be bamboozled and be controlled and dictated, people tell, oh, them they're warrior and them they're soldier and them they're this. Is their choice. When it comes to our taxpayers' money and our pilot projects like Indian Castle, 2025, farmers not even benefiting one thing, giving out some seedlings because farmers are bringing their food to marketing, but yet you're not even coming to marketing to reason with the farmers to say, well, what are the reasons why farmers not bringing food at marketing? These are how you solve issues. I like to solve issues, I ain't into complicating things. So I'm a different type of person who, when it comes to dealing with issues, I don't in an argument with nobody. The issue need to be solved. So what the issues are, let everyone voice their opinion and don't be taking things personal. People will disagree. That's normal when you have adults in situation. Everybody have different views. Let them speak. Not because they don't agree with what you say, you're gonna be upset, or you feel like you take it. It don't work like that, which means you should not be in those position. You understand? Because if you realize, okay, you have so much clips going around. You want going on with this young lady, Philip, in the house. Madam Speaker, if it wasn't for this job, I paid off my student loan. Really? So I'm to the rest of them who can't even get a job to go pay off a student loan, and you're gonna brag about stuff like that? Them thing don't make no sense. No sympathy. So let we done with this old time nonsense politics that they got around here, and let regular people, and I'm encouraging other people, both in sinkers and both in navies, to stand for more farm and put themselves up as independent candidate in different areas where they farm. I ain't the bravest person, but at the same time, if I can sit, I have nothing to lose. I can stay from my farm all day, like I'm saying, and stick there, smoke my herb, do my work, sell my vegetables, interact, do my tours, do my workshop. When the schools come, do the tours, keep educating the students and those who come, the adults and them, and do my thing and act like I don't. But I'm not that individual. If the people see that in me, that I have the capabilities and that trust, I have no problem in standing up for my people. So, as I said, if you're just tuning in, this is going to have to be, I'm encouraging others, carpenter, mason, Jane, whoever it is, custodial workers, I don't care your work. We don't want, and if I don't have an issue if you're trained, if you're a doctor or whatever, but if you're not a conscious person and coming, if you're coming with this same, want to hear that. Okay? Nobody want to hear that. Them days are done with. So this whole time back and forth with this, back and forth and wasting taxpayers' money and don't want to change the community constitution because it's so complicated. Well, we're going to see how complicated it is. Because do not want nothing to do with this party. You understand? Because I hear it all the time. And the good thing about it, by listening to both sides, they are saying this. I swear, this is a recording because you can make up these things. Everybody's saying the same thing. So since they're saying the same thing, we have 2 years, maybe before, if we call it, the election is called, this called kind of New Year in January come. We be everything based around agriculture. I'll tap it in to all the aspect of the government in where it is. Whether it's in finance, it does not matter because everybody within the society benefit of agriculture. Gotta sell, buy plastic bags, gotta get plumbing equipment, gotta get boxes, gotta get burial. Every business benefit half of my farm. Okay? Every business within the society, but they're not farmers. So you see the amount of people I do business with. Okay? I don't need to have a truck and I don't want a truck. So let me tell them this. They need to take this thing where when a farmer apply for a vehicle, only a truck. You tell me to get a truck? Well, dig this. I know young people are getting, 'cause I like to prove a point. I bought a farm vehicle and it's a Lexus ES350. That's the farm vehicle. I'm gonna harvest melon, I hire a truck man, and I pay him. What do I want a truck for? You drove along all the inner with my family inside with me and something. I don't need a truck. I never own a truck. I don't need it. Okay. So when a farmer want to buy, whether it's a bus, a car, a luxury vehicle, a jeep, finance, and them is supposed to tell them, oh, you only could get a truck. No, the money for him need to go. You understand? That those kind of thinking of a farmer only supposed to have a truck. These are the things I'm talking about. So just so they don't want to change the constitution, all these dumb laws they have around here, age of 16, consent, can't vote till you're 21, and not, can't drink alcohol and all these different stuff until you're 18. And who make these laws? Ain't man. We working the man these are be make the kind of laws, yeah. And got girl picnic and all kind of something. And male picnic. So it mean these are malicious, these are done maliciously. Okay? These things are done maliciously. And these things really, really, really gonna have to change. So it mean you need young people to get involved in all the constituencies them around Nevis. And all in a sink it. And change this thing up forward. And put and manage and let a system in place that is inclusive and gonna benefit a generation years down the road, and they can make put things in place where amendments can be made over the years as society changes and evolve. This is how you move forward. You ain't telling me I'm 47 years old, next year I'm gonna be 48, and I gotta be listening and watching all this crap like I mean people think I'm not a fool. I'm not a fool. I'm a children sure wiser than me. You understand? So why would we tolerate these things? We shouldn't be tolerating things like these. You understand? We got to help from the way forward, and this thing goes back to the same to the hospital. If an extra $12 million in for to do the hospital, well, what the cost of hospital building in Anguilla, whatever the cost is, if ain't that, well, don't start it either. Forget about it. Make a conscious decision. Either gonna build something from scratch in a new place, but not with the same minister. Can't be. Because I mean, the one he got to go. You got to fire that one day. You can't make such a big mess up, and think it's okay. In no way. Because I mean, what project management, people cost every day over high cost. And the money have to come from somewhere, and this is taxpayers' money. You see, the taxpayers can, and then they still don't want to raise the age of social security up to 65 and all these things from 62, and then from 65 and go up towards 68, and then what 70 and 72. We don't to keep adding on 3 years or 4 years. So who fooling who? These are the reality, you know. Remember, you are the people who saying all these two parties are the same thing, you know. So if you all want something different, well, get people who can understand what poor people are go through. Me understand what $50 can do extra amount time, you know. You see? Because there are people who don't have it. Yes, son, welcome. I've just been here talking about a few things. How are you doing?
I'm giving thanks and praises, you know. Today is one of those days where, sometimes they say, if anything can happen, will happen. And a day
Of
like
course.
that, that's one of those. In any way, better late than absent. So
Yes.
I'm, I'm here, and I guess, if you give me a rundown on what you done been through a little bit, and then I guess I'll just pop in from wherever you're at, and we just
Well,
continue
I've
the
just been
discussion.
talking about Indian Castle. I've been talking about Indian Castle in 2025 and what been happening at Indian Castle with the neglect and the manager and of the minister himself of agriculture, and I'm holding the whole cabinet up to the first secretary and the legal advisor. If they start, my recommendation for them not to start the second phase. And if it is start, the government should be held responsible and be brought up and you know what I mean, malfeasance if that makes sense. Because if you know you not do phase you can manage phase one, well do phase two. That don't make no sense. So just use that. So our recommendation is use all the wires they have. I know they have over 200 rolls of wire at London Housing. Those wires should be given to farmers and backyard farmers, those who want to get it, be a part of 2025 agenda and giving away for free and not telling them go to a business place where you get the wire at a discounted price because everything is single is given away. They also have what you call it there. They're supposed to have stuff there like that. Electrical fence and the electrical wiring and stuff like for the monkey fence. Make them part of the 2025 agenda. I don't understand why this minister doing these things. He failed in phase one of the project with the manager you have there. Neglecting the staff, no water down there. Female down there working, no water to use. Crops are dead. You have a pilot project of the Pasco Pepper. Right now, the assistant PS and the deputy director, make sure they can't sleep how shame they be. because I had to reach out to them to let them know the condition down there. Had to reach out to them. I could not take it no more because I grew up in a agriculture system where I see my uncle them live and raise the children of agriculture. You understand? I've been around Uncle Carlton, Uncle Desmond, and them. I see them buy a hotel, build the first hotel, one of the first hotel, Sispan, build beach bar on the beach, set real as businessmen and help the community. So I don't care who minister, who this, who that, or whatever. As I say, any minister should be able to talk about agriculture because when the project was done, the project was have at least $1 million or more dollars project phase one. And it was hand over in mint condition. It was boasted about all over the world. Anyone can Google Indian Castle Food Orchard and they will see all the pictures and all the this and all the that and all over. Everybody come from all over wanted it. School children have workshops down there. They do SBS down there. People coming from farmers, the whole delegation all over. And there was all kind of
So,
stuff.
but I saw a recent publication. I saw a recent publication on Facebook with some
Uh-huh.
things, and he was showing some pictures of Indian castle. So, which means that
What
was
date
some
was
old
the picture
pictures.
taken? What date was the picture
No, no,
taken? That's what we have to look
no,
at.
no, no. There wasn't any date or anything. It was just a part of like a video. You know, like when they do a video to promote like what's going on in the island. I don't know if it was the budget
Of
or it was
course.
to show well what's
Yes.
happening on Nevis. So that
Them a
was
old video,
part
man.
of
Them the
what
old
was
video when we
shown
down there.
in terms of
Look when we down there.
agriculture.
The old video.
Okay, okay, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Maybe it's
Is
old video
possibly them.
when I was
So
there.
okay, but it's really sad to hear. And you're on the ground. You know, so I can't doubt you. I am all the way over here, but I am very passionate about agriculture. Anybody who know me would know that. It is what I gave my life to for a number of years in terms of not just doing it, but actually seeking to help to educate the youths at the federation and show them different ways and means and how this can be a positive, venture. I have a lot of youths who pass through my hand today who are part of the agricultural department and so on and playing various roles in the department. And so, I mean, they know how I really feel about agriculture on a whole. And so to hear the report from you, and I know also, I mean, you are the brainchild of it, so to speak. So, I mean, it really must hurt you to see, and for you to be bringing this report, it's really, really, really sad. Especially when, I mean, recently we listened to the budget and we hear all kind of things and how nice it sounds. And that's one of the things that I keep seeing and hearing throughout the federation. And I wait to really get that sit down, that open discussion and sit down, because I'm saying this because on one side you would hear the politicians and the ministers and so on and PSs and directors and so on talk about all the wonderful things that are happening in the Ministry of Agriculture, and you would see. That's what I'm talking about, the pictures and videos and all of these things to show that they are doing these things, right? And then you on the ground now and you speak to the average farmers and the average people and majority of the people, and you will find you get a whole different story. So we get this, and I cite and see it happening on St. Kitts, where you have, even though a lot of things may be happening from the ministerial side, you still have a certain sector of the farming community still would have
Yes.
a lot of different issues. And Nevis, the same way you hear the ministry saying one set of things, and then you talk to the farmers on the ground, and you get a whole different story. So as I said, I hope for that time that we could get the two sides to come and really trash it out, and so we could fix, because I think that is another part that is a part of the struggle for us to whether meet a 25 by 25 agenda or to actually reduce the import down to even 75 or 80 or 90%, if we are really serious about that. That is something that would have to be seriously taken into consideration, so we could really not continue to have that, where it seems to some extent that agriculture in itself is sometimes politicized, you know, where when it's convenient, you give it a little kind of attention and you do something to get a video up, you know, and then after that, you ain't see or hear nothing, and then the implementation and what happens after, you know. So we I guess, are poised to hold their feet accountable and at the same time also offer possible solutions. And I love the fact that you on the ground is able to do both. So you're not just coming here and talking about it and we being the only ones or the main ones in the federation who actually have an agricultural program, and that's dedicated to, you know, bringing the topic and bringing the issues to the public. Um, we demonstrated via that, and you demonstrated also physically by now on your own setting up a 5 acre model, doing some of these same things that we are saying here need to be done. You are actually making sure that it is done, and you're demonstrating it in a way that it's really really a serious model, because a lot of people would like look at it. I mean, bank, you wanna manage 5 acres? I mean, sometimes a man a
Yes,
struggle and
son. Yes,
manage
son.
1 acre or 2 acre.
That's a little garden. That's a backyard garden. Favorite custom is a
Yeah,
garden.
no. No, I understand, but
A little
that is
garden.
to us on a different level. But the average man, it's an amazement. I'm sure everybody who come there and you tell them is you want a deal with that, they
Yes.
sit back and
But can't
they're like,
comprehend it.
why
I
no?
can't comprehend it. Like, yeah.
Okay, okay. So that's what I'm saying. So on that level, still you're demonstrating that, and you're not putting yourself in a position where you're not going to demonstrate also the ability to have certain crops growing almost all year round, because you're putting your
Of course.
rotational practices in play,
Yes.
where you know can demonstrate that you have gone to the level where you're now going to be ensuring now that you have created a market space for these things that are coming, where you're not just going to
Yes.
totally depend on the local market when there's a possibility that there could be a glut, you know, depending on
Yes.
what is being planted and who is planting what. So you have also started to make provisions to even export, and export
Definitely.
not just for you, but you will
Yes.
be
Other
organizing with other
farmers.
farmers as well to ensure that you could meet the quota and so on, and bring them on that level as well too. So it's some serious, um, you know, demonstration of what we are saying, so people could fully overstand, as we would say within Rastafari, the fact that we're not just talking about this, we are actually doing something about it, and we know what we need to do, um, in regards to making, you know, this a reality.
Yes. I also touch on putting myself up representative in the next upcoming election, whichever come whether it's in the next 2 years, 2027, next year, whatever it is, because from what you see going on here with no accountability, spiteful acts, like as
Mhm.
Indian cast, one of the pilot project of that sure that the whole Caribbean neighboring islands want that. And in this, especially when we're moving towards a crisis with all this food and water shortage and all this thing, and we're not taking this thing serious. No, we got to come better than this. So I've been encouraging other young people to step forward as independent, because we can see that these two parties, whether it's in and the others in St. Kitts and throughout the Caribbean, this is what's happening. People are fed up. They want something different. They want regular people. So encouraging carpenters, plumbers, mason. You understand? Even if you're a doctor, but we have the people have to see you because they have a very bad taste in their mouth when it comes to these graduates that we have how they just laughing after us. You understand? The junior probably don't have a problem with your degrees, or whatever your professionalism is, but it's too obvious how people are looked down and the regular man now feel it. Ain't not a them a ball, and you cannot come down to regular man situation and see if they don't have $20, how much $20 gonna make a big difference when I have $50 a month, time, $100. They not see this thing, but yet they hold up another constituency allowance, which ain't the money be, and the people money be. Say if you get $2,000 constituency allowance, and you give each man every month you take and give each man $50. You understand? It make a big difference because they just don't have it. That's the reality. You
Well,
not see that
you know,
because you're not accustomed to on the small man. So you not feel the small man go through. But you want to tell the small man squeeze
exactly,
$1,000
exactly.
out of minimum wage. You see? So we got these deep people. So I'm a regular person. Me just a farmer and a tradesman. Me that's all me be. You understand? That's all me be. A regular person who understand regular people issues. You understand? Me don't mix up. I work in the civil service for 13 years, and see me nowhere to eat wine and a glass with nobody. Because I'm in a blind. I grew up in a house with a single mother who tell us how she raised us, how the community calls she down and look down upon us as shame and so forth. So nobody go to yard. You understand? We are always strong. Do not if you bring home a pencil, where you get that from Kate back. Is a single woman who raised me. Strong. So you see, I show you see. So we don't bow down. We don't back down. So if we can see these nonsense going on within these systems, only these two parties, nobody will going to do the two of them. We're going to use regular people to go govern the country and change the whole, rewrite the constitution. And it can be done because we have lawyers around here, we age, and younger than we, and older than we, who have the will to change it. It can be changed. We're not going to change that. And we're not going to change the common virgin. We're going to change everything and make sure that amendments can be made over the years when those who come after and well, we still we keep making a kind of society evolve and changes. And then they who come after keep changing also. But make sure once you're a citizen of St. Kitts Nevis, you benefit at all times equally. And you have a say within the country that you run. Inclusiveness. We ain't in this dictatorship thing. No, we are about inclusiveness. Everybody should benefit, Virgin. No, we're not into this same old party changes once the people are eat and the next to us. No, we're not that. We're not in that. That gone out the door. So this language and all this cussing back and forth and call on this and we don't care about them things, the Virgin. Nobody bring me in. I want me to know about when with our high school stuff and all the nonsense thing there. We don't know about them things there. So we gonna change the whole system. So we dealing with accountability. So right now, the Minister of Agriculture need to go. That is what my recommendation for. One, he shouldn't be in there in January. He should not be there. He should not have the portfolio. He should not even have a job. And it's not just him alone, It's the whole cabinet need to go. Because the reality is, Indian cash should not be at this state how it is. Because if you complete back all the tapes, everybody have all the accolades to say when I was there. Well, what changed? I ain't there. That's the only thing changed I ain't there, And what changed? The same manager who was there before, they put me the guy back down there. So it's management. And what changed? The minister. You see? This is what changed? So it's management, brethren. So these are willful acts. These are stuff that is done to make Mr. Jeffers look bad because Mr. Jeffers didn't want the same manager who was down there. He was there before and he failed him. So he didn't want him to go around Indian Castle. But the manager and the minister are friends. When a manager, and a regular can tell the PS and former PS and director and deputy, he only answer to the minister. Well, you can let me tell him you only answer to my wife. And my wife only tell you only answer to his husband. I mean, I understand that. Well, how a worker gets so powerful, where he only answers to the minister when the minister is not in charge of him, is the PS, the permanent secretary. So you understand when the premier talking about accountability and all these things, we don't want to hear that. Starting January 1st, we start now. I want before the year done, I want them to retract, the minister to retract that Indian Castle Fruitry Archer Phase 2 shall not be done no more. All the resources will be moved to the 2025 agenda. Because me know they got over 200 roll away, I may make them out of them to do the project. Me know they have electrical fence and solar panels and all the thing there for farm issues. You understand? Me know they got Jeep line. Me know they got resources, so give them away. That is the reality, and farmers should stand with me and the general public, those who want why to get into farming and Sink is giving away everything, water tanks, Jeep lines. But they have whole bags of fertilizer with agriculture, give them away, stop selling for $100. Think it giving away all these things. So why Nevis is not giving a couple seedlings because farmers not bringing food to marketing? Don't mean nothing. Find the reason why they're not bringing their food. Also, if you want to be a part of this show, I mean, I'm using my telephone number. It's not a secret. It's 662-7196. I can now is put you on if you have any comment, any views about Indian Castle Fruit Orchard, how you feel about the Indian Castle and how it is being neglected and gone to the ground, and the cabinet and the whole cabinet accepting this kind of behavior. This is almost just like the hospital, as far as I see. Just neglect, no care, nothing. Staff not getting along, female workers no water there, and then have a Tabasco sauce project, a pilot project, in the Federation, St. Kitts and Nevis, and no water, then the plants them are dead. So when these people come down here, what you going to tell them? When they say, what you going to tell them? Huh? And then you also know what you're going to tell March.
Seriously?
What name so? We also know what women are going to tell March. What you Russian water for? Well, how come in the trees in Russian water? This is comedy. This is comical. You understand? This is a joke, big joke. This is the whole.
No
They
man,
already firing
yeah,
virgin.
serious. So what you're
Watch it.
saying? Nevis
Yes.
got peppers from
Yes.
the pilot project
Of
that's
course.
supposed to be done with the
Yes.
peppers.
Indian Castle, I plant
And
them. Bring in the plow,
who
cut up all
supplying
the
them?
drip line in the field. The manager down at Indian Castle, and he not down there, so we don't look after him, no water down there. So no water down where you plant pepper. So we plant them for the food shade. But this is a big joke, This is a comedy.
No, that's not a big
I
joke.
want
That
the general
can't be a big
public.
joke, Banky. When
Well, yes, so when
we
me
have
vex me, have to laugh, when me vex me laugh, that's how me be. When me vex me, have to laugh.
no,
It keep me
but
composure. Look, that's all. It's like
we
it's
are
a joke.
talking
You're going to
food
say it's a joke.
security. We are talking, and like I nearly can't believe I'm hearing Beanie Man say can't believe your eyes. I nearly can't believe I'm hearing it right now. As I listen to you. I mean, this is more another thing. I mean, you touch on the Indian castle, and even on this again, the point where cost of in the land was the question. Even the figure by the premier that was exorbitant. That you did that, you saying that all of the materials and so were here, the fencing and electric fencing, and irrigation and these things were there for that project. And now you're saying, even if they're going to do this project, even if they're going to continue with it, they would have to, again, I guess, put in the same amount of money to clean up and prepare that land again to get into that other phase, and that is an additional expense.
Yes, and
But
I was so far.
if you
But
if
leave that.
no, but what
They're
I'm
supposed.
saying,
Yes.
even if you choose now to not take on that expense I'm sure could go into doing whatever is necessary to resuscitate the first phase. Because if you're saying the first phase is in the condition that it is right now, I too would subscribe to your recommendation to get back to refocus on getting that first phase together before you could even begin
Exactly.
to move
Yes.
on a second phase, unless
That's the whole
unless
point.
again
Yes.
the plan is some kind of photo up, like to say, well, okay, we should be doing something, and to give an impression
Photo
that.
up. Yes, son.
But
You
that but
cannot
that
start to clean that land again. Phase two, clean that land again, and do not have everything to do that project. You can. It don't make no sense, Bridging. I know what it takes to run those projects. If you don't have the passion and the will and the know-how, and the manager don't have the know-how, you do not have the know-how. Because if you don't there fail before, not down there, you cannot maintain the one that is there. You're not gonna water down there. You don't care about the dog. Even the dog, them got puppies and not eat. And you just have to go to a supply office and get tobacco dog food. And everything the dog food done. You go by the vet, you get the medication. If for free, everything in place, it's for free. At a place you don't care about this stuff. How can you have people working and have no water to wash their hand and use the bathroom? Virgin, if me only the place in the water, they send home the stuff, virgin. You understand? Because me have to wash my hand. And my farm, I got water pipe from bottom to top. Wherever I there can wash my hand. If I way to the back, I got 3 water pipe in the area. When people come in the farm and want their hand wash, they have where the pipe right there. That is how I put things in place. You had a school bus came with big up. I don't know I don't remember the name of the nursery, but the nursery is up by the government house. I know they are the Thompsons from Brownhill, but the Tequila some nursery, but I want to big them up. Then Thompson, the young lady, they came on the farm with the young children and them and drive around and enjoy and was blown away. You understand? They can't believe, as I say, it's me alone with the amount of food and I supposed to get the biggest, what you call it there? One of the biggest trophy for getting the most food in this quarter, I may pull up the most food in this quarter. You understand? But I understand, so trophy and body. I don't know if the minister will give me a $20,000 check. You understand that? To bring in the year with a bang. You see? Me got salary, we'll go continue harvesting salary straight up into January, February. And me got million harvest over the Christmas season to keep. You understand? The carnival jiggy and stuff like that. You understand? These are stuff I will be harvesting at Indian Castle. So you see how foolish the minister and the cabinet look? Everything I'm doing now, what I've been doing at Indian Castle. So I give thanks for the minister to put up himself and blocking me from getting an increase and then offer me the position when done me leave and tell me I don't want it. You see? And make himself look an idiot. And the whole cabinet went along with it. So the whole cabinet that's what I'm saying, holding responsible for the Indian Castle and its failure. The whole cabinet along with the department and the Ministry of Agriculture because they should not fear the minister. Me not necessarily fear the minister for. Can the minister walk inside when you have no care? So I'm encouraging young people to get involved. Put up yourself, regular people. You understand? To represent your country. I'm going to do it. And we're going to say, you either for the poor people, really, and not talking it. So we have regular people running the country and change the whole constitution, change the laws them that they're cutting us with, and make sure we're inclusive and have something that really fit us. But right now, the constitution is not working for us. A lot of the laws in the country are not working for us and all these things. So we're going to do what is right. We're going to take the country in our hand. That is the movement forward. That's what we work with. Okay, so and that's what the young people want, and that's what my generation want, and that's what me children them want. So that's what you work with. Those who stuck with the Kool-Aid of pink and green and yellow and whoever wants stuck with that, wish them all the best. We now work with that because all you're gonna see is the same the people come who under the storm who are nasty, advisor, this that. How can a special advisor? How can some people you don't even know alive are your son? Where them they been? You see? No, we're done with that. We're done with them things there. New era, different generation, right perspective, everybody benefit. We don't want that. You understand? Fairness, them that we deal with. Transparency and allowing people to have a say within the government and what you bring stuff forward to the people. Do you want you let people them say and take all and put things in place where government have to take a lot of stuff out. You understand? Rental, save the poor people money. Because right now we've been canning too much money, son. We've been with children. Why is it that we? So how we can see this and they'll tell you how these things are run. And you're just not reason yourself, you ready to train a son. And you say, but my dad is me right. Well, my dad now don't know about this.
You know what I mean?
And we is who they're looking up to, and we got to show them this is what it's all about. Do not accept this nonsense. Make the change. So this upcoming election, wherever it come, it's about the people first. The real people, real people, not no fraud. We not do that. We did the regular people. We now use those who don't get along and they pretend have something up each other and suck up each other and suck each other tongue and or whatever. Let them a friend and they're not a friend. Lies. Trust me, I see so much things in the civil service. People don't talk for years, never talk. And you see them within each other a whole hand because they want to get into power. No, not gonna work. Regular people forward. Independent candidates in our constituency. Let me see who brave enough. Because I'm shy too, but me put myself forward into Jason. Because I can't say I can't represent. Big up.
Tonight is a big night. I mean, I recognizing that you put out your announcement tonight by
Of course, I
this should
wanted
have
to
been
be a Christmas conversation. I wanted to be around the Christmas table. When they're eating the ham and the turkey and drinking the cereal. Yeah, I
the
wanted to
wonder
talk about
if
that.
now
And
if I
others are
should vote for this
encouraged.
guy who I'm if I should vote for this guy who I'm getting this salary from, and this guy who would have demonstrated
Just a
that
farmer,
he, he-
man, just a farmer,
he's really
and that's all
serious.
it
He's
is.
really
Just like,
serious about his country in terms of not just talking about it, but demonstrating it. So I
of
mean,
course.
there's but you know, but no, you keep um pushing a point there that just the average people. But that is how um the politics started around the region, you know. I mean, a lot of these
Mhm.
guys, Bacha and you know what I mean, the Virgin for Grenada, Maurice
Yes,
Bishop
yes,
and a lot of these guys. It's just average guys in the communities. I mean,
yes.
who, you know, a lot of them may had no big degree and not big nothing, and so they just were influential and were able to know what they want. I was able to help to guide the country in terms of the path where they see the people really need to move towards and so. So it has always been not necessarily as they seeking to push that you have to be some sort of doctor, lawyer, whatever it
Of
is to
course
be in
not.
those positions. That is not
Yes.
a priority. And that was one of the
Yes.
discussions I was listening to. Um, Let's Talk one of those nights, and that became a part of the discussion because they were talking about what seems to be happening now in the government. They were
Hmm.
talking about the fact that they're seeking to leave a lot of people behind who may have work experience and may be able to do the work.
Yes.
They might not have the necessary qualifications. They might not have the bachelors or the masters or whatever. But then
I'm the
they
perfect
are
example.
now
I'm the perfect
stopping them from
example.
get promotion.
Made the example.
Yeah.
Made the perfect example. So me gonna be the sacrificial lamb. You see, so made the perfect example. I only got the associate, but them with the masters and PhD can't do the work, but they want me to train them. You see? And now they fail the project. So, oh, but then they want to offer me the same position a year later when me leave. Me don't want it, brethren. And money in my
So,
weakness. You understand?
but that is
Yeah,
the
the minister
thing.
offer the same position.
No, but this is the
But
thing. A lot of these things, how the system set up, of people getting upward mobility or offering the people upward mobility. Over the years, a lot of people, yes, end up being in positions they might not have been qualified, but your work
mine,
experience, I think that in a lot of cases is overlooked in some industries. For
your son is not
example,
overlooked. Hear the
in
minister. I hear the minister, your son. Hear the minister. Well, I believe in experiences and it should be paid for your experience. You understand? Mine, me more qualified than he, and hear the minister. Right? I mean more qualified than he. You understand? They
okay,
will be trained the staff
but you see,
mine.
okay. So,
So it's all cunning and
that's the
bad
point. Though,
mindedness.
that's the point still. You're
And
straightening the
that is
point
not
still,
his
though. That
position, yes, son. But that is not his position to get involved in the PS and the civil service system. There's a system and protocols. He ain't gonna call in my
okay, right,
business,
right.
and the whole cabinet, but they stopping my promotion, which me meaning up about. Who is he? That is not his business. He's a minister. That's rule number one. I let him know. That
Right.
is not your business. You're out of order. Rule number one. I represent myself. You ain't represent me. The civil, I could speak for myself. The civil, so the PS write the recommendation, and you and the cabinet blocking it. So all are accountable. So all are fix it. Go down to Indian Castle and fix it. Just that I let you know. So you say they can fix it. Well, me let them know they cannot start phase two. Because if they start phase two, I'm going to protest it. No, me let you know. I will protest it. I will make time to leave me farm and protest it. Because phase one must be up to par, brethren. Phase one have to be taken care of in
Yeah.
the main condition before any work going on phase two. 'Cause I will protest it. I stand alone because I know
Phase
it could be
one.
done.
Phase one. But not could be done. You did it, and did it to the point where, um, I remember when this brother, this economics brother, he was talking in a program. I don't remember what program it was. The young guy, the Hope. I think he's from either Grenada or St. Vincent. But he's into economics. He was on a program and he
Yes,
was talking about um, uh, um, things that countries did in terms of seeking to cope with the economic crisis and food security crisis and so on, especially during the COVID time. And the model that he used was, as an example, was the Indian Castle Orchard and Nevis, and
Okay.
spoke to how
Okay.
that was utilized as a means of, stimulating the economy and, ensuring that even though that food could not have been imported and so on, and people couldn't go out and so on, at least though you had a project that was demonstrating that they were looking out for food and ensuring that certain things were available to people and so on. So
Let me add
to
on that.
move
Let me
from
add
that,
on that and let you
to move
continue.
from
I want
that
to add
now.
on that. Yeah.
Sorry, go
I
ahead.
wanted to add on what you just said. Let me and then let you continue. Oscar Labor, United States, one of our homegrown. Oscar, I'm Naya and Carl Ron Labor son. Oscar, you know him, Oscar. You know
I hear about him, but I
Oscar
don't think I know
Labor.
him personally.
He's
I
he's
don't think I know him
he's
personally.
one of the US entomologists of Florida State University that teach the PhD when it comes to pests. When you want to, you have to go through him. Okay? When he come
Entomologist.
at Indian, when I take him to Indian, yes, when I take him to Indian Castle, he said, "Well, Banky, I didn't expect this, and I make sure work with Huey too, the farmer peers." I said, "When my vacation just start, because I thought I just say I did not even had this, blow his mind away." You know, what he said he gonna do this. He gonna use Indian Castle as one of his pilot project to show the world. And he traveled out to Taiwan, when he Santo Domingo, all kind of places, the US Department FDA sent him when people have issue with pest and disease. He said, brilliant. The seawater that is there is not nasty blast. He help control of pests. You understand? So it just to show you, so you get this done, blown away. You understand? So I'm just trying to tell young people, think for yourself. If you have the confidence within yourself, know yourself with inside of you, and know about others who like to talk, how that can be done and all it. Shut them up, but you should let your work be seen and the work is still there. And that is why I know it just need the right management and the right people that know to manage people to be on the job at all time. And that is what I wanted the general public to know. Make sure Indian Castle is up to par before there is no face to give away the resources to the farmers and them, yeah, son. That's what I got to say about that part. And the
Yeah.
farmers should, and the general public should encourage it to, because them who are backyard want to be farming, they too will benefit from these things. Just give away the resources and leave out of about phase two, unless you're gonna bring in somebody who going, but you cannot have the same manager there, you cannot have the same minister. You don't even need the same cabinet. These things is unforgiving in a virgin, because you do not clean land and leave land. Once I that's why when I did my own the farm, when I did my farm by my uncle. When I clean one time, all my resources there one time, virgin. So once you clean, you drip water down there, everything there's a flow. So all you do is spend money, spend money, spend money. Well, me not upload here, because I don't know. Me don't me money can me do the work. You understand? So that's not even worry about it. I may just a spend and I go, cause I know. And I may do a relax in my chair and me recline and I cook food and I smoke my herb and you understand? And I process my mind and I plan my work just over and over and over, and that's it. And as people come and do my tours and all the different stuff and interaction and that's all it is. Today a couple of the extension officers came to visit the farm. Haven't seen them in a long time, so just want to big up the young extension staff. They mean well. I mean, and stuff like that. They need proper vehicles and all these things. And you can't give extension one vehicle and tell them, oh, each I get to use for one day. Well, what are they going to do one day a week? You see the days they're going to do? Sit down and just watch each other. But one day we're going to give each people to do extension of our Navy. What are they going to do? This doesn't make any sense. I mean, they come, I mean, advise, they're going to advise, what they advise me, tell me. You understand? We just going to reason and I give them pointers and stuff to look at. So they take, when they come to advise me, I give them the information to take back so they could improve on the knowledge. So, me
Right.
not take on the minister. You understand? I'm going to embrace the staff. And the staff, but there's some of the staff don't need to be there. But those who need to be there should be given the opportunity to prove themselves. You understand? When you have a disgruntled staff, it just affect the general public and the farmers, them in a virgin. That way it trickle along to the farmers, them. But continue, your son.
No, but you know, like that is part of the whole discussion. You know, the Virgin was saying that, you know, that was an economic model that, you know, he was anticipating that a lot of the different regions would have been able to capitalize on, even though he knew that there was room for improvement and so on. The model in itself was commendable, and it was, you know, highlighted, and it was not just one of us saying that. It was somebody who is in economics and is representing the region, and I could say
Yes,
international as well, represent the region internationally, and was able to use that as a model. You know, so he gave it a lot of credibility. And so to see now, as I'm saying now, you know, where it has gotten from that, I'm sure if Mr. Labor now is supposed to come back, can't come back and do his FDA thing again, because the model,
of
unless,
course not.
as you said, some new management take over and really address it and get it back to where it used to be. Man, it's just interesting sometimes, and like I said, you know, you usually get the fancy speeches when it's whether it's World Food Day or it's a budget, you know, whenever, you know, you need to say something, but then it is most times always in a forum where they are not able to be challenged. Because, for example, you know, even though the minister sometimes would be on the program, the radio program, and the other radio station, um, I don't think he has ever dedicated any of that time to say, let's focus on agriculture and just have a
And that's the whole
discussion
point
on
I'm talking about.
agriculture
Exactly. That's the
on
whole
that
point.
night, you know. And I mean, there is no other platform that they do that. You know, I mean, this is something that maybe they could seek to organize with NTV and so on. And, you know, I mean, but anyway, the point I'm making is there's never really much of a platform to get that cross conversation. So you hear from them and you hear the fancy speech, and if you don't know any better and don't get a chance to hear from the farmers and who's actually going through whatever some of these things that you're talking about, and get
Yes,
evidence in terms of, because a lot of people have not really heard anything much about Indian castle. They know maybe you're not there
of
anymore, but
course.
because of the distance and so on, unless people know that something is happening, people ain't really go over there. So there's not much that's been said about it. Um, and now you're bringing it to the fore. It's really sad to hear that. I mean, I would have wanted to think that those
But
who
you
are
have to
there
remember, you know,
seeing
this
what they
we
would
talked about this before, you know. But remember, this is the second time again. Remember before when I left, a couple of months after, there was dog, people take pictures of the dog and the place run away and all this stuff, them have no water. So it's just a road, then they have to come in and, you know, it's the second time again. So this is second time again, you know. Remember, this is not this first, this is the second time we run away again. Neglect, it may has been neglected. It's just been all been neglected. You understand? It was never back in
now,
the condition since I've left.
how does that mirror anything close to 25 by 25 agenda, when that was a main of, you could say, a serious approach to the 25 by 25 agenda, because we would have had a mixture of crops with the plan down the road, that you would have been able to not just harvest melons and, you know, those other things and pumpkins and so on, but you had limes, you had, you know,
Of course.
the coconut trees that you
The shadow,
planted,
the
you had
shadow
other
trees, them are
fruit trees.
dead. You got shadow down there, 40 shadow trees left down there, you know. I mean, understand the shadow trees, them and shadow trees, them way taller than me, you know. Mash those way can stuff, can hear layers, start here. Them are, me tell you, shadow.
Shut
Me,
up.
these, me
Seriously?
a fact, me plant
No,
40
man.
shadow tree down the virgin, what you mean? Me tell you, 40 of them.
And
Don't talk
they're
about different type
allowing
of
those
varieties
things
of
to
lime,
die.
different type of lime, sour orange,
Whoa,
key
you know much
lime,
people,
you
people
understand,
rich
Maya
enough to get a
lemon.
shadow right now.
Of course, don't
Whoa.
have in the castle got at least 40 shut tree, 35 to 40 shut tree down there. Me tell you. I take the
I'm
things them that
I
I could have
myself
planned for
want a shadow
myself
tree.
and put them there for the taxpayers them, you know. You see me to show you. So all who want shut tree, go Indian castle, go look there and save the shut tree them down there. They're not gonna save me tell. Me tell you, they have in their own section. Yes. Shaddock, Arkan and lime, citruses, everything. proper stuff and still propagate them was there to plant out more again. You understand? Still propagate what was there to plant out again, to keep propagating the citruses and stuff like that, because a nursery is about to set up to start. So when people come, they come buy nursery. So you see how we do the nursery. Because everything me do
Right,
and by my farm is what I tell them to do, you know. But they say me motor
right,
fast. So
right,
me do the same.
right.
You understand? Teaching people is the same. They say me motor fast. So you see me there, right? And I'm going to show you. People not serious, brethren. We're in a system where
Move
people have to
too
keep down
fast.
others.
And
They're not about
we move
growth.
fast and we're so far back behind. These are the things that need to happen to really demonstrate. Like you have a set of youths coming out of school who are looking for some other creative things. That's some opportunities where you could show them, hey, by there's some serious careers, you know, where I mean, ain't just the average, you know, putting your hands in the dirt and so on. You could get into another part of it, you know, you could get into the marketing, you could get into the packaging, you could get into the labeling, you know, you could get into the value added products and so on, you know, you could become a chemist, you know, you could, you know, all of these different other subject areas that you learn can be utilized with culture, you know. So, you know, you start to show them that they can channel themselves into some of these areas and become compete such. Because how many persons are entomologists? We need those in the field of agriculture. If you become an entomologist, you ain't got to fight like you have to fight if you become a lawyer or a doctor, because there's so many. The competition is so stiff. You being an entomologist, you're gonna be here. You're gonna be needed. You're gonna be Sunday. That's it. You know, and so we have to, you know, begin to show the youths and give the youths that opportunity. But they don't only get that opportunity if we are supposed to invest more in agricultural development. Various areas are visible. They don't just see it when they go into a foreign country and they get the processing and the labs and the different things. They could see it happening around them more regularly, that they could get
Yes,
involved and set up their own. So we're looking after getting a certain amount of training. Now I can set up my own lab and I can make my own
of course.
cream. I can make my own anything made from various plants, whether it's the lemongrass or the thyme and aloe and all of these different things that we have around us taken for granted. So it's just you know, that paradigm shift that is so necessary, you know.
One of the things I touched on also, Yason, is when it comes to duty-free concession for farmers, where if Yason want to buy a vehicle, they tell you have to be a truck. But Yason don't want a truck. Yason want a Jeep, a luxury vehicle. But Yason can't become a farmer if you have a truck. Yason they want a truck.
Mm-hmm.
So that nonsense need to go. So you see why we have to take our country into our hand and change this stuff that need changing, because these people don't want to change these things. I bought a vehicle, I never own a truck. When I harvest my melons, I hire a truck, and the truck man benefit. You understand? When I don't work, I want to jump in
Right.
a comfortable vehicle and go away again and with my family instead, and everybody is comfortable. So when you see a farmer is supposed to in a truck, I don't understand this kind of meditation.
But you see,
These are not good.
all of this is a part of the mentality. Because, for
Yes.
example, because you see the farmer and going out there and go on a truck a farm, where the farmer after he would have harvested these things, he get into the added and so the farmer ain't going to like presentations and so on and have to invest his thing and he to roll up in a good events
Okay.
as well. So I use
All
get
right.
that because I can, if I am doing what I'm doing, I mean I could have a dual purpose like
You're breaking
Jeep.
up a little bit, your
I
son.
suppose yes, that a
You go
big
ahead.
Jeep or SUV or something that is is a purpose because I have in my mind that I could use it to, yes, if I need to go on the farm and make someone, but then I could clean it up and also go to a season where I have to put my on the table and showcase, you know, a presentation or to, you know, some other well prestigious event or, you know, so that I can also, so that kind of thinking still, and that comes from
Yes.
the kind of
Yes.
mentality that is still keeping
Of
agriculture in
course.
the way it is,
Yes.
because people still just
That's
seeing
it.
you as the dirty work
Yes.
and not
Yes.
seeing the other
Yes.
side of it. You know, that's what I'm saying. Look at I was listening to a bit of the agri-market activity that they had in, and I realized that the Muttons family were there, from Nature's Best. And you know, they are part of agriculture, and in a way that they might not necessarily totally be farmers. Well, I did hear him say that he's doing some cultivation. Well, I could say it now because he did say it on the ear that they grow their own cannabis for the products that they're creating, right? So I guess he's showing that he could testify for the quality and so on and how clean it is and all that. But I was just demonstrating though that they showcase another side of agriculture that is not necessarily the working in the field kind of thing, where young people, even these girls and so on, could make you know something that's for that could be used in spas and so on and different, so there's so much get into, and they can get own brand and have something that is
Yes.
competitive out there on a global scale. So it's that kind of thinking. And when you kind of, oh, I have to bring in a truck because I'm a farmer and this is what I'm producing. No, we and that machine is for us.
You're sticking, your son, you're sticking a little there. But as your son was emphasizing, and we definitely have to change the mind frame where we stop looking down and figure a farmer can just have a truck. I did not want no truck. I didn't want no truck. I never own a truck. I hire people. I bought a vehicle and I bought a luxury vehicle. I want young people to understand a farmer can drive any vehicle, and you're supposed to look and distinguish who is a farmer and not a farmer. Is a profession like any other. Whether you're a doctor, lawyer, whatever it is. Farming got more money than them. And that is what I wanted to look and see and understand. But you gotta be on your farm
Exactly.
at all times. If you don't have the electrical fence, if you're on the farm, you're on a monkey problem, you can run them. That's how you work, run them.
Right.
Monitor the crop when you don't do what you have to do. Nothing wrong with that. You run them and you just observe your farm, and that's it. So I buy a different type of vehicle, and that I call it the farm car. Anybody ask me the farm car. So the mind frame, well, bank, you crazy. You got a Lexus vehicle, I look for your farm. What's wrong with that? Is the farm pay for it? What it's supposed to be? If me a fisherman, I can't buy a Lexus, we're going to carry the fish in the same car. Well, that's how it's supposed to be. We have to change this kind of concept. You understand? So they look at me being crazy. Well, me crazy long time. So me do crazy stuff, strange stuff, because I know better. And that is how you change the mind of the youths and them. Why should I make this act like those farmers around here who want to got an old truck and a tuk. No, meaning of that. If I want to have vehicle to warm up to with warm seats or whatever, that's the way it is. If I want sunroof, that's the way it is. You see, that is not is wrong with these things. So because you're a contractor, you must have got truck, you can't have a car. These are craziness, virgin. And
No, it's not
this is how
craziness, it's the
society look at
mindset.
things.
It's the mindset of some of those who are at the helm, and this is why sometimes our society continue to be the way it is, because there's the crab in a barrel mentality that exists up there, where you know, even if you're good, you can be better than them. So
Mm-hmm.
they would do anything to try to keep you within a
So that is
certain
why,
bracket or a certain
good,
realm.
good. So that is why we want independent candidate to be taking part in the next coming up election. Change the status quo. Regular people who understand, may understand the regular people level. Let us stick with people on we level then, and we'll see how we separate the status quo. So those who want to be over there, well, kill them over there. Then see if the elites, we are at the level, let the elites stay over there and see who is the masses. Is the elite or the poor people? And let the elites get their own party. So if you're over the red and the green and the blue and the pink and whatever, we'll stay over there then. The people get over on the other side. And then we're going to see when the people at the country now, then we see all the money they're going to hold, all the plan they have to work on the things, we're going to see where we work. Because we know we could run the country too. Because the system is there where the civil servants them is who is trained to run the country. That's how it is. The minister don't run the country. They like to put up themselves, it make the civil soldiers feel like they're over them. That's the problem. But anybody can run the country. You just have to have a good heart and goodwill and your people first. Not just saying it, but it should show us with what you do at the end of the day. You understand? That's all it is. You don't have to say your works will speak for itself. My work speaks for itself, you know. Whether it's the Mango Festival, wherever I do, wherever I go and I represent, my work speaks for itself. And the whole cabinet they can't take back the word because they put me all over. And even in the budget, they put me all over. They used to got me all over plaster. I don't tell them they should have paid me to use my picture, you know. Everything was me, you know. You see? Everything was me, all over the budget, up and on the place. So they can't say, so why they do it? Because they know I can do the work. So if the people believe in me to go step forward, I'm stepping forward. So and I encourage other young people to get involved. And it's the right thing to do. It's not to be afraid of because anything now will do better than what is there right now, than those two parties and the others in sync it. Anything better. And we better than that because we are the technical person. Them who run the mode can't do the work. The minister can't do the work. The premier can't do the work what me do. None of them can do the work. So why don't we be in the position then? You see? And that's what need to happen. The people who do the work, let them run the country. Not them who talk well and bag talking. Let them who do the work run the country. And that's what we work with for right now. We now work with none of them. That's how we go forward now. The movement gonna start now. That's how we're gonna go. The people against the Kanatis, them because Kanatis they be. You understand? We not in that. We not in that. They don't want to change the constitution a comma. Well, we change the whole thing, brethren. We change the whole thing. Yeah. Me done ready for open day, you know, for next year March, you know. Me done ready. So if the minister gonna come by the 10th, if you're gonna come, you better come correct. No come go step for 10 seconds and run long, you know. I mean not even acknowledge that, you know, Virgin. I mean right now, he's not even supposed to be the minister of agriculture no more. They just need to go for what have been done on a project like that, and we're gonna get up in the house and say you start phase
See,
two. You should be ashamed. You should be ashamed to
you
say you
see,
start phase
as
two.
you
Phase
talk
two
about
ain't gonna start.
that, right? Again, talking about by the food fair and coming there for 10 seconds and all that. This is the other thing again, and that's why I keep saying sometimes you hear these guys when it's convenient have these fancy speeches and so on. I mean, it's even in the budget that I hear the premier talking about cannabis and he is for
Yes.
the movement of moving forward with cannabis and all
Joke
of
thing
these
that man.
things.
Joke thing.
I mean,
Joke
so that's
thing.
what I'm
Dolly
saying.
house.
The- But but
Dolly
but but
house.
the thing is,
Apps.
but the
Dolly
thing
house.
is, those are some forums where nobody can really challenge them. You don't have that, you know what I mean? So they just get to talk and say what they
Yes.
need to say.
Of
What I'm
course.
saying
Of
is, no,
course.
the
Of course.
reality on the ground now, when those who
Yes.
would know say no look to challenge them, no, you don't
Yes.
necessarily get much of that forum to deal with that issue
Of
because the
course.
reality is we can see things happening in regards to cannabis and the way forward in regards to cannabis and St. Kitts. But on Nevis, we are not necessarily seeing anything reflective of that. And see, even now, moving on up to the next one, you're talking and
All right.
well, I guess you said seemingly based on what you're saying, you would have gotten the clearance for that part of it, to be there with the cannabis.
Of course, they should give me the clearance, and that's all I need. The medical say, they don't say, me know everybody else, you know? Me come
Okay,
big
so
and
you got a
stronger.
caller now? You have a caller?
You what? No,
You
no,
have a caller?
I'm gonna press, I have no, I wanna press, the ad for, can I have a cannabis workshop, the 28th.
Oh, okay,
That
yeah,
was,
yeah, yeah,
I'm
do that.
gonna play the ad, so at least those who listening, gotta big up my daughter, Jamila. You know what I mean? My marketing person, and also Ounce, Virgin Ounce, Irvin Weeks, I mean, who do all the photos and different stuff, and then Jamila will do all the editing and different stuff, and Ounce do the same thing and send out. And you know what I mean? So I have my team behind me in the background doing different stuff. So for the cannabis workshop coming up this month, the 28th, this is the ad.
Yeah, with Nevis' most prevalent agricultural leader, Banky. Join us on December 28th from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. at Manta's Last Stop, Cadesville, Nevis. Learn everything about cannabis cultivation for only 40 EC. But hurry, access to this lesson is limited. Message 869-662-7196 to secure your spot today.
Yes, I. So let me play it one more time. You hear good, Yason?
Yeah, it started a little bit. You only
Yeah,
heard
the
part of
volume
it,
was
but I
down.
think
Yes, so let me start it
yeah,
over. All right. So here we go again. The cannabis ad for the workshop. So if you want to take part, just come send me a WhatsApp 6627196. Let's go again.
Time is ticking. Shabazz Organics is hosting its last workshop of the year with Nevis' most prevalent agricultural leader, Banky. Join us on December 28th from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. at Manta's Last Stop, Cadesville, Nevis. Learn everything about cannabis cultivation for only 40 EC. But hurry, access to this lesson is limited. Message 869-662-7196 to secure your spot today.
Yes, and that was it. Only 40 EC. Where you learn different techniques. We go through and then we'll have some cannabis plants and you see how the in buds in stage and stuff like that and so forth. Irrigation, nutrients, different type of medium to go in and all that, and pests, some of the pests that would affect it, and diseases and how you go about controlling it. Whether you want to go in hydroponic system, give you the information how to go hydroponics, to go in different mediums. Because remember, let me say this, because I've realized a lot of people have their own theory, which is fine, but the plant does not know where it's at. Okay? The plants don't know if it's in the soil or if in the water I if in the room that Miss Longina, I if in a cup. What the plants know, the condition is favorable, so it's gonna produce and it's gonna grow at its best. But if the condition is not right, the plant not gonna produce. So it's you gotta make the condition favorable for the plant, and that's what it is. Okay, but if everybody have the different theory and a different this and different that, which is fine. My job is to present the information, and you use the information and use it how you want to use it and apply it, and not to tell you how to do things. And that is how teaching goes. My job is not to force you, do trials, and you take and you find a way of using stuff, but always when doing anything, you're doing it in a safe way, in a holistic way, where safety is always first, and you do not compromise safety. Safety is something you cannot compromise. When you're compromising safety, it means you're not in the right frame of mind, and you're all about one thing: money. Money, 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 money. And at the same time, you're going to making people sick if you're going to use all kind of harsh, dangerous chemicals. And so, because the same 7 people are used on the crops, people use them on the same cannabis plant. Yes, you understand? The same harsh chemical are used on
right.
other stuff. When they get mites, they use the same harsh chemical on the same plant because it's a plant. You see? That these are things I'm talking about. Because you'll still get pests. The same pest of like a tomato tree going to come on the same, eggplant, you're going to come on the same cannabis plant. And that will be the same one that eat the cabbage, same one going to eat up on the cannabis plant. These are how people have to understand things. So you see, everything within an environment. So your job for monitor is key. So you have to have to understand what kind of farming you want to get involved into. How you're going to control these pests, and if you don't, if you don't monitor enough, you will get all kind of pests. So come if you have that interest of cannabis next week Saturday 8 to 9, might go to 8 9:30 and stuff like that. So definitely expecting a lot of people been getting great turnouts for the workshops and stuff like that. And if you miss the past workshops, like water management, irrigation, composting, you can always take those workshops any days of the week at your convenience. Monday to Friday, my job is on the farm 8 days a week. I don't move. So even if it's by yourself, the workshop will be done in a professional way, the same way, the theory and then the practical. And that's what it's all about. Yeah, son?
Yeah, man, that sounds really good. Good to know that at least somebody is taking that effort and making that effort to do a bit of education that is so needed. The
Yes.
education on various aspects of the plants and agriculture and irrigation and all of these things. But the fact that cannabis has now become um, decriminalized, the there is a need to really sensitize the public and educate the public and sort of, dispel the kind of fear and all that people would have had and so on about the plant and so on, and
Yes.
learning, the various parts of the plant and how, it can be utilized, and how, the fact that, the if you use the leaves and so on versus using the flower, and when it's green versus when it's dried and so on, and a lot of there's so many different things to learn about the plant and to learn about the industry. But I think that a lot more of that need to be done. And so I really tip my hats to you again to seek
Give
to
thanks.
bring that to the table. Really, really being innovative and taking these steps. Like I think I said on the last program, you're doing the things that the
Yes.
ministry should be doing, you know. But
Yes.
regardless, it's our passion, it's what we believe in. Because if I was there, I would have been supporting you 1,000,000%. You know what I mean? We would have
Yes,
been
right.
doing these workshops together, as a matter of fact.
Of course.
So
Definitely.
yeah, so we really on the same page, when we look at these things, and that is why to Banky, when I got on these sides, one of the first things that I really sought to do, because I believe so much in this push that I keep saying, that we really need to zoom in on the value added component
Of
of
course. We
agriculture,
always talk about that.
because
Always, always,
I saw
always.
that pretty early, Banky,
You do a long
before
time,
I
man. You're a
even,
long time. You put basil in a coconut oil and something, and you know what I mean, infuse
yeah,
a long time.
right.
A long time you do all it in lemongrass
Yeah,
in a coconut. I say, boy, this boy has something else,
yeah, man. I mean,
A long time
the,
you
the,
take
the thing is,
it.
but even before that, Banky, even before I start doing some of these things, I realized, from way back in, like, I think 2009, I mean, I went to St. Vincent, and I represented St. Kitts and Nevis, um, with products that I got from different agro processors. Some of the
Hmm.
flour and stuff from Miss Stapleton. I got,
Yes.
the shark oil and coconut oil and stuff from M&T. I would have gotten, there was a lady, Miss Nisbet and St. Kitts. She do a lot of,
Okay.
like, plantain chips and cassava chips and different things like that. And a number of other agro processors. Because, like I'm showing you, this is how long I believe in this thing and pushing this thing, because I saw the need for us to create ways now that our farmers could get more creative. Because, for example now, if you get into using lemongrass as a major ingredient in whether you're making soap or
Yes,
shampoo
son.
or whatever it
I
is,
got call. Come. Let me take this call,
you
yes,
take the car.
son.
Let's take the car.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, man. You guys still on, man? Good evening, man. How you doing, man?
Yeah, you're live. You're live. We good. We good. We good. How you doing? Thanks for calling.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, for some reason, man, I'm not following closely tonight.
I got you.
But anyway, I wanted to call him, man, because I heard that there was a big announcement tonight, man.
Small
Can you
announcement.
fill a brother in, man?
Well, this is a small announcement. I'm just putting up myself as as a farmer. I mean, a tradesman, just to represent the people in a different era, and you know what I mean, in a different way, different twist, and encouraging other young people to get involved. You know what I mean, in the next upcoming election and change the telescope how it is right now, where there's different division, and we got to have an inclusion right now. Have a different. You know what I mean, we write the constitution. Nobody want to change a comma or that, so we got to change some of the laws. So this is the time where my children are grown, you know, and they see things the way how I see things. They even wiser than me, so we can't be pretending that and lying to our children and not gonna keep up this nonsense. 300 days later, we have certain people, children, overlooking our children and keeping down our children in this slavish mentality. So let regular people like yourself and Yason and me and the others, the tradesman, carpenter, you understand, farmers, take over the country. This is how we want to manage the country, not these people who went to school for 12 years and 15 and 20 years. They're conning us. You can see it, it's too obvious. They have no good
Yes,
intention.
man.
It's too obvious, brethren.
Yeah, man. And guess what, man? I'm glad you mentioned children, because guess what? It's not just their children need a better quality of life. It's not their children that just needs better, good, best education.
Yes.
You know, what about our children too?
Everybody should benefit equally. It's balance. You understand? It should across the word balance. Everybody should benefit.
Definitely, man. So this week was a week of big announcements. I just want to pick up the guy. I want to pick up the guy DJ Marisha. He had an important, interesting podcast Wednesday evening.
Yes.
And the guest that he had on there, the guy called Philippe Martinez.
Yes, I realized that.
He also started his own podcast.
Oh, really?
And I want to use this forum tonight to firstly, let me just piggyback straight to you.
Yes.
Firstly, right now, I want to put it out there to all the listeners. I want to congratulate you, Banky, directly for having the courage to take that step, to make the decision that you're going to throw yourself into the political arena, and you have now made a decision that you're going to try to run for the next election coming up. So I want to congratulate you on making that move.
Not try. I'm going to run. Not try. I'm going to run in St. Paul's in the local and both St. Paul's and St. John's in the federal. So which means I should be running against whoever is in those areas. So I will not try.
Thank you for clarifying. Thank you for clarifying that.
Yes.
I hope everybody that's listening had heard you loud and clear.
Yes.
And I just wanted to congratulate you for throwing your hat in the ring. So let me make that statement.
Much appreciated.
And to let you know that you got my support 100%.
Yes, and I have one vote, man. I go. Look at I have one vote.
Yes, so you already got more than one, man. You got a lot of them is out there.
Give thanks.
They might pretend.
Yes.
They might pretend, but guess what?
Yes.
When they get in that booth on the election day,
yes,
the dread is gonna be on their mind so much. They're gonna have no other choice but to put that mark in your color.
Yes, I give thanks.
So have no fear, man.
No, man, fear don't exist.
You're gonna get there. Have no fear, you're gonna get there.
Fear don't exist.
And
you understand? The universe don't make mistakes. Come on.
Exactly. But we know we got a lot to discuss, a lot to talk about continually.
Well, it's inclusiveness, so anyone who have ideas, it's not about me, it's the people who have the ideas. Regular people have ideas, so I'm open here. When I make decision, I don't make my own decision. I make decision that makes sense. Inclusiveness. That's how I do things. I always love to network and ask for ideas. So it's the people's ideas will be put forward, not them who think them. I not operate like a subversion. You understand?
Yeah,
if me cut a word, me would ask for ideas with different contractors about. That's what makes sense. So this is where forward. All those, if anybody want to talk to me, who's serious, guys, I'm on the farm. Don't come on the farm to come sit down, waste my time, otherwise don't come. And my family at a place to come and chill. Serious people only, with good intention. And my family is a positive place, no negative energy, and that's all it is. So, and with good intent.
Yeah, that's
if you have no good intent, you can't be a part of the movement. You understand? You will benefit, but you cannot be a part of it because it's inclusion, you understand? But it's all positivity.
Yeah, that's it.
In the argument, is respecting people's views, and decisions is being made, and that's what it should be. You understand? So I appreciate the support, Virgin.
Yeah, but definitely, man. I'm encouraging persons to listen to that DJ Marisha podcast Wednesday evening, and also episodes of that Philippe Martinez podcast as well. I notice you're on number 3 podcast now, like Philippe Martinez is. I don't know if there's any correlation, but
you know what?
I noticed you're at number 3 podcast tonight. Philippe Martinez he's at number 3 podcast as well. So definitely, Banky is definitely trying to make that change. I want to encourage persons to listen to those 2 podcasts.
Yes,
and I want to encourage not just you, but the other persons who is interested in running for politics.
Definitely.
I'm trying to get those grassroots people out.
So let me big up Big Lies for stepping forward. Definitely, that's what we need. Regular people.
Yeah, definitely. Big up Big Lies. Yeah. We want we want some more independent-minded persons to step forward and throw their hat in the ring for the next federal and local elections coming forward.
That's it. Yes,
I want to encourage especially the young persons to step up and get involved with the political affairs of the country.
Yes.
And good luck to you and your son on the Agriculture Show, and good luck to you going forward, man. All right.
I give you much appreciated.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. You guys have a good night, man.
I bless. Yes.
Enough respect.
Yes, I know. Yeah, man. Enough respect. Good looking. I mean, call on the words of wisdom. But
maybe the thing is, you only gave out the number once. You know what I mean? Never really gave out the number, so maybe you could give out the number again if anybody calling.
Well, the number is 662-7196. If you want to be a part of the show, and if you want to send me any good wishes, any words of encouragement, and my new endeavors, put myself forward for you guys, and you guys, and which are standard principles and how I operate. I'm not into about wasting taxpayers' money and project overruns and all this different stuff. And the way forward, tie everything within the system and all these different ministries into agriculture, because everything revolves around agriculture. And the way forward is about speaking on issues and how we should go, and not about this old nonsense people cussing this. No, we're not into all these things. This forum is not about that. And Yasin and myself is not about that. And anyone around me. It's not about, if you can't reason, well, it's not, but we're about issues and not blaming people, scandalizing people's name or anything like that. We've been doing this show for a long time, and we never have anybody to call up us about any stuff that we allege them of doing and stuff like that. So I mean, we have been very careful and just been educating the people, and we'll continue to, nothing gonna change. When I'm up to represent you, it'll be the same reasoning, can continue forward. We'll have some different stuff going coming out in it.
And definitely, we will be letting people know as well that even though it's everything agriculture, you'll find that we demonstrate the ability to discuss various topics so that you could recognize that,
of course,
a part of that versatility to show that, hey, we ain't just people who just, put your hand in the ground. We know what's going on. We keep ourselves abreast with current issues and so on. So there are various different topics. And so from time to time, we will also bring in guests on various topics as well, whether it's finance, whether it's agricultural projects, whether it's Rastafari, whether it's Afro consciousness, whether it's various different topics and various different people, water, because I have met some interesting people since I'm here, who have very interesting technologies and so on that people would be nice to have exposed. And like I was talking about, also meeting people. That's how I got to focus a bit more on product development and value added. Because like I was saying in my earlier part, that's how long I have been into pushing this value added side of things. So when I was teaching, I realized that was part of the mentality, and to dispel that mentality that is all this, dirty up yourself and walking in the ground and all that mentality, I had to seek to use various methods, like when we were selling the watermelon and so on, and use people like Black Man, rest in peace, brother, because Black Man's business was an agriculture business, because Black Man was selling local drinks.
Carrots,
you know what I mean? Dasheen and breadfruit and carrots and so on. So
and
I was
melon
able
too,
to
and then do melon.
use
I will get melon from me to make drinks. Same with
right. So I was able to get them to see, well, okay, hey, imagine the school having say 600 people. Imagine even 100 people buy one drink every day, right? That's $500 a day. 500 times 5, that's 2,500. And then you see that 2,500, that's $10,000 a month. I mean, so you point out to them, you might not look at it that way, but I was trying to show them the economics. It might look like it's nothing, but
numbers.
If you really take your business seriously, you can. And then I get them to recognize a place like Legend. My classmate up the road there, Idella son with the Ital shop. right?
Yeah, man.
He was an
Big up
that's an
legend.
agro business as well, because he was, well, I use it because a lot of the school children will go there and buy their lunch as well and so on, and buy a lot of them fell in love with the lentil patty and so on, right?
Yeah.
And that in itself was a value added business, because he's buying the local produce from the farmers and creating culinary products and other juices as well, because he would make his other special juices as well and blends and that kind of thing. And that was an agro business as well. So I got them to start to see agriculture from a different perspective. So the value
And there's a
added,
bakery next to you too. Then you have bakery next to the
and you have the
school.
bakery, right.
Yes.
So, and that's value added again. So I really began to push more and got into developing some of my own products over on this side. So I met a product developer, and we were able now to get into freeze drying, where it's one of the more expensive methods of preservation, but it maintains most of the terpenes and flavors and nutrients. One of the best method of preserving anything. And create other value-added products, extraction of oils and capsules and other things. Speaking of that, we would have done something innovative, because we keep trying to bring other things, whether it's, we're doing soaps now, made from lemongrass and rosemary and different types of herbs and so on. And for this season, we would have kind of give back to the public. We innovated 3-in-1 spark. So it's a spoon, a fork, and a knife in one. A nice little gift set with some
Yes, son, you got a call coming in. Hold on there.
No problem.
Carla, good evening.
Greetings, King Wagwan.
Are you here? You're live on Everything Agriculture Show?
Hey man, it's been a while since I really called into a show or anything. I want to big up the man Yason first of all. You know me here, watch the man on my big screen TV, of course.
Movie style. I didn't know you got a
not because they call yourself a farmer, call yourself a plant or agriculturist. That don't mean you're not supposed to, treat yourself like a human being and treat yourself
exactly
like you're a professional, you check.
Yes,
so
love to hear that.
We have been in the professional realm, as they say, and realize that it's not really professional. We now have to show it differently and live differently and show that half of the earth, you could think. So we just let you know, me don't run with all the drip lines them mommy get from you the other day. I know you didn't want them, but you saw them.
Yes.
So food in the ground.
Give thanks. Nice. We love to hear that.
Brethren, just to hear you make the announcement tonight, you don't know, we don't talk about that, so ain't no much we could say about that. It's just about doing the works now. So
yes,
and just point the mindset the people in the direction where they're supposed to go. Like we always discuss, we gotta take back the minds,
Yes.
Point them in a direction, and we gotta understand and know. Can me watch myself in the mirror? Yeah, son, me watch the eyes them and me watch myself in the mirror. And we got the grey hair in my face, so we are the elders now.
Yes, brethren.
Yes,
it's yesterday. It's yesterday. Brethren come from SK, and we are just said, Banky, we are the youths then when we were younger, looking up to them and them. You them down they look up to the same way, and now you come repeat the same thing. You see me? So of course.
So we know we have to act accordingly, and not even act accordingly, but be accordingly, because if it's an act, after a while you're gonna drop the act. So we know gotta live the life and show that there is an example out there of somebody doing it. You check?
Positive.
So me had a man like a you and Yasan who really motivate a youth man who's coming up and thinking and buy. They must be crazy because me just want to dig in the dirt every day, you check?
Of course.
And I Yasan and the man used to tell everybody, if you bake pizza, I think you should put something from your garden in your pizza.
True.
And that's the vineyard set off.
Yeah, man. Yes, sir. And you still do it. You still do it and don't touch many people the same way. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all
about. When you tell me must plant a coconut tree in your yard, when you get your yard, and me plant 10 of them.
Yes.
And 9 of them survive. Me tell people to this day, a year now, this month, December make a year since I walk away from certain things and decide by is the earth or nothing.
Yeah, man.
And it's a year me survive.
Of
and
course.
I say money up and tree. I got some coconut shit on my yard, king.
Remember, you go take all the money, throw in the pot and turn it up and cook it up, you know. You can't eat it, you know. That's the, you
You
see,
check?
they can't eat the
No?
money. That's the
So
difference.
we now have to, you know, me walk around now, me see people that dig out big mango tree
Of
and big
course.
coconut.
Yeah.
And I must say,
Yes, sir.
we gotta plant them back, king.
True.
And we gotta motivate the next generation who
That's
see
it.
us now, you know, and want to do that. And they hard calling for that. They check
Yes,
because
sir.
it's a calling. If you believe in the ancestors, it's a calling, eh?
Of course, it's a part of you.
Yeah, it's a part of you. So we now got to show. And let me say, me ain't about the act nowadays. It's about being the example and
Yes,
me
sir.
decide, you know, I think it's collectively because me come to you with that and me heart heavy. That's when me up in the bush and me tell you by me there jungle, but me feel like me could do more.
Yes.
And many people don't know me went and plant off a whole jungle and then come back down and
Of course.
it's not food there because
Easy
they believe
thing.
that food's supposed to be there waiting on you, you
Yes,
check.
sir, all
So
the time.
the movement that we are right now, you know, is just, you know, you talk about who wants to be on and just bring the energy, but
yes.
if it's positive energy and resonate the positive energy,
yes, sir.
you can just attack likewise energy and check.
Yes, sir.
And if somebody who got a little bit of negative in there, the positive, will bring them on the light
Of
and
course.
show them well.
That's it.
Direction. I'd rather be that energy. So,
yes, sir.
respect to you, no respect to Yason. Yason, sometimes me
Yes,
wish
sir.
we could just sit down on your back step and just map like your garden and listen to you speak words of wisdom to me, you check. But them words that you speak many times, I don't come here and bless the vineyard. And this I go on still. So, we just continue, King,
Well,
until the next take up the mantle because there's a next there.
Yeah, man.
And we gotta be the inspiration for that next, you check. And that's what we strongly believe in, you check. Just how the ancestors inspire us.
Yes.
So we gotta inspire the next. So more strength, King.
Yes, I'm talking to you.
You know me like to operate in the background now.
Of course. Well, yes, you tell something, Yason?
yeah, I was just saying to Owens, you know, that's just part of what it's all about in terms of, you know, being able to
blessings,
pass
King.
it on
man,
to
you
the
speak.
Right.
pass it on to the next generation, you know, because yeah, Owens as a younger youth, you know, would come around and we would spend a
Big
lot
up
of time
Owens.
together and reason and you know, when he told me about the pizza mission and so, you know, I tell him, well, yo, you know, I mean, what a better way of doing
Yes,
this,
sir.
especially as a vegan pizza you're all about. To be able to grow your own pepper and your own herbs and your own thyme and your own
Can't
whatever
beat that.
ingredients you put in on your pizza. And when you're ready to do your pizza, you just go outside and pick that and you know, and so yeah. And I
Flavors.
remember when I was at when I had the little spot there at the artisan village as well too. I used to have some plants there with me as well too, because I would bring in some plants and sell and so on.
Yes.
And so I left a lot of them with him as well too when I was moving, you know, and tell him, yeah, man, just kickstart and just do what you need to do. You know, it's just a
Nice.
meditation because,
Of
you know,
course.
just like, and you know how we live. That's how me and you
Of
live. If I
course.
got two of one,
Yeah,
you know, I mean, I
man.
bring one gear because I
You
know
share.
it minded and
I'll
this,
make
you
it.
know, Anki got one something about over there, you know,
That's the
so.
whole point.
And
Meditation.
I want to congratulate Ons as well too for
Yeah, man.
his work in terms of the videography as well. And
Yes.
and videographing himself and a number of other places on Nevis. That moment in Nevis, you know, energy that he pushes, you know, that short little clip of whatever it is, wonderful.
Yes.
You know, keep it up, King. You know, this is the thing. Sometimes when our people are doing things, you know, and positive things, they don't get the kind of recognition and so on. But me as a kind of person, I can give you flowers and give you flowers while you're alive, and I can motivate you when I can motivate you so that you can push forward. The hikes, again, I was able to benefit from one of them hikes with Ounce, you know, going up to the waterfalls and that experience as well. Great experience as well, King. And so you're doing some wonderful things behind the scenes, and you know, I know you're humble and all that with what you do, but yeah, some of us out here will promote and market what you do because the world need to recognize sometimes the contributions that the little man make. And I know that they do, because I see that you would have been given some recognition in recent times too as well. So I got to congratulate you on that as well too. So, overall, knowing that I would have had a little influence on your lives, King, and your life, King, and lives, those are the things that really mean much to me when I could hear you come back and say, "Bah, yes, because of that gave me that." Yeah, that's why the role of a teacher is not, we don't get paid. This is the kind of pay that we get. The thanks that we get from those generations of people who we would have touched, and those lives that we would have touched. So, as I was saying, Banky,
Yes.
I was telling you about the new product. I think what I'm gonna do is drop in this little video clip about it. The 3-in-1 Spark, and folks can get it on Amazon. So like, I feel proud of being able to have a website with products, and folks anywhere around the world can buy the products that we have developed. And this is what I want to be able to do. It's this kind of model I want to be able to create for our people back home, so that we are able now to go and develop our products, and then always have a market for it, because even if we're not selling the raw material, we have the processing capability to either freeze dry it, create some other value added product, and then create that market to export it. So let's see what this says.
Introducing the future of dining, the Spork 3-in-1. Tired of juggling multiple utensils? Say goodbye to bulky cutlery sets and hello to the Spork 3-in-1, the revolutionary dining companion that combines the power of a spoon, fork, and knife all in one.
Imagine effortlessly enjoying your favorite noodles, from pasta twirling, soup sipping, and even cutting the long pasta. 3-in-1 Spork has got it all covered. The Spork in 1 simplifies your dining experience. No more fumbling with multiple utensils, just one compact and convenient tool. Perfect for any occasion, from picnics and camping trips to everyday meals. The Spork 3-in-1 is your ultimate dining companion. Made with high-quality materials, durable and designed for long-lasting use. Available in a variety of colors and styles, find the perfect Spork 3-in-1 to match your personality and dining needs. Wait, there's more. Tired of feeling uninspired? Stuck in a rut? Need a little extra motivation to conquer your day? Our 3-in-1 Spork features a unique, inspiring phrase printed right on the handle. Our Spork comes in giftable packaging. Make a thoughtful and practical gift for any occasion. Don't settle for ordinary. Upgrade your mealtime with our 3-in-1 Spork. Get yours today and experience the convenience of the ultimate 3-in-1 Spork set. Order yours today. www.allnaturalboostersusa.com.
Yeah, so that's the 3-in-1.
Yes, sir. And the Spark. We say the Spark. We call it the Spark.
Yeah, because it's 3-in-1: spoon, fork, and knife. So Spark. SPORK. Yeah, a spoon, fork, knife combined. So you can use the fork part. Yeah, you got a little knife part. It's not sharp. It's more like a kind of bread knife kind of thing on one of the sides, that if you need to cut like a piece of spaghetti, or you need to cut a piece of broccoli or cauliflower in your salad or whatever, So, instead of having to walk with maybe 3 different items,
of course,
if you're going on a picnic or whatever, you could just walk with that, and it could be used for many different purposes. So it's and each one has on some kind of nice positive. I am honest, I am love, I am peace. I am wealthy, I am something that is motivational and inspirational. So it's a nice little gift set. It's only $35 on Amazon, so anybody can pick it up. You don't even have to go on the website. You can just look it up on Amazon. All Natural Boosters Spark. So that's the latest product. We're selling the food, and so we decided to, do a little bit of the like I said, we have the soaps that we're coming with, and then now we decide to provide a utensil that could be used to consume some of the food that we are actually selling. So we're working to please the customers and give the customers a bit of what we can do in agriculture. And all this is agro. All of this is thinking agriculture. So get younger people to see that there are different areas that you can get into. Product development, marketing is a big thing, because now after developing the product, that's one thing, have to be creative enough now to market that product and get that product to the world.
Of course.
And so young people have to realize that there's still so many different areas in agriculture. That's what I keep saying, that we can tap into, and not just limit our thoughts when it comes to agriculture to just working in the field and dotting up your hand and the hoe and fork and cutlass and that kind of thinking. So I really hope that as we continue to do this, Banky, that we inspire many more ounces and many more young people to see agriculture for what it is. And I give ounce enough respect to that move where he said he give up everything and says earth or nothing.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean,
Yes.
that's a big move as well. So I give thanks, and I glad he was able to lend his voice to the discussion this evening, because we want
Yeah,
more
man.
of these voices, and people out there who people recognize as influential people recognize the significance and importance of what we. Oh, sorry about that. I behave yourself.
Yeah, man. Let
I
me
had
big up
turned
our
it off.
same because he was recognized, for his community effort in the agricultural sector by the federal government. You understand? So gotta big him up about 2 weeks ago, and his achievement. So that's a great accomplishment right there, where you can be doing your work over and over the years, just because is your lifestyle, and helping people and not looking for any acknowledgement, and get a
Right.
call and realize you've been selected for your work. It's an amazing thing. Especially when you're looking
Yes,
for
man.
these things, that somebody watching and gonna at least want to acknowledge you for the appreciation. But these things should also come with a check. You understand? These trophies and these plaques give people something, with something that's tangible, that they can, you
Something
understand, whatever
tangible.
it
Yes, I
is.
agree with that as well
Of
too.
course,
I agree with that as well.
these plaques and things, me not find. Okay, I'm in a space to get things. In a museum at my house now. My house, you understand? We have picture, anything from wall is family pictures away, but not too much of things, because me not run a museum, so me not into all this plaque. Money, farm take resources, and farm always have things to spend. So it's always, and people involved in agriculture, you give, whether it could be horse, farming stuff, but you know what I mean? Along with these things, if you want to give a plaque, but
Right.
give other stuff that could be used too, to help encourage to grow more food and all these things. This is always is the way forward
As,
we
as
should
you
be
talk
doing
about
things.
as you talk about that, I remember sometime earlier on in the year, I think tourism had do something with um people, like a community. I think they had a village competition or a community competition. A
Yes, I
number
was
of
a
people
part of
would
the
have been
judge.
awarded.
Yes.
You're one of the judges? Okay, yeah. I know
Well,
my mom would have
I
been.
was a part of the village. Well, the village judges, there was some village judging going on, which there was social development. This was not tourism, that was social development. And the tourism thing was different to social development. So we had a village competition that I was part of the
Mhm.
judge, the head judge. That I think that one, it was Barnes. I think Barnes got had one, that one.
Okay, so then the
If I
other one is the social.
stand
Maybe
to be
it's the social
corrected.
services then. Maybe it was the social services. Well, I give thanks to that. But
Okay.
I was thinking to myself, even seeing that they did something like that, why not?
Yes.
Especially seeing that we are pushing for the 25 by 25 agenda and so on. That the agriculture department itself could
Mm-hmm.
initiate activities such as that to encourage more of backyard gardening at least. Maybe have a
Can I get a
backyard
wire
garden
farm?
competition.
We don't get a wire farm. If we don't get a wire, we get a wire farm. Huh?
Mm,
We don't get a Jeep line farm. We
Well,
don't get farm. Think it?
no, but some people
Think
might
it?
some people might already no. What I meant, some people might already
I
have
know what you
gardens and
mean.
so on,
What about if we
right?
don't have it and we want to get involved?
Well, so that's another thing now. But for those who are, I was just looking more at a way
Yes.
to motivate those who are already,
Got you. Yes.
into it and so on, and give them a chance to be
Of
recognized
course.
as well too, because that's one of the
Yes.
things that the social um, services thing did.
Yes.
Because in
Yes.
recognizing these people, and because it was public and so on, I saw a lot of people who I didn't
Mm-hmm.
even know were
Of
involved in
course.
certain agricultural activities and so on. So
Yes.
I'm just looking at how things like that
I got you.
could be used to help
Yes.
to motivate more people, whether it's and more females and even people who just, as I
Of
say, have
course.
backyard garden. I
Yes.
must congratulate the agro processing unit. I think I saw something in recent time where they put out that they were looking for certain fruits and so on, and they
Mangoes,
were willing to
fruit and
pay.
support, yes,
Not just
of
mangoes, they
course.
had a list of
Yeah, yeah,
things.
guavas and different stuff. Yes, I hear. Yes,
This though,
guavas,
I find
apple.
they probably need to get more creative in their marketing so that some of these things
Yes,
could be more visual and you know, even though people know, you might think people use radio station and so still probably put some of these things in some of those spaces, and you
yes.
know,
Well,
not just
and they have
Facebook, but you could
NNC.
use Instagram, TikTok, and all of these things. Most of these departments now maybe need to get somebody who, well, I
But
think they have
remember, the department
a marketing person already.
communication. Well, department have a whole communication department, you know.
Well, so whatever they need to do to make sure that information like this is more put out. I find sometimes
Yes,
too, like it's sad that the communication is at that level where you would find out that, for example, that they put out a tender for certain jobs. They put out looking for certain people, and then you only hear about it maybe at a press conference or at some time, and you say, "But I never hear about that. I never know that was, you know, um, uh, a scholarship or something was there, or some opportunity for you to get funding or something, or grants or something." But then you find out after the fact, you put out the press information sometime after the date and things like that. So I think in terms of communication, somebody mentioned that earlier, that communication is one of the major issues. No, that was a different conversation. Communication though is one of the issues that we
of
have.
course.
Um, Lack of, you know, PRO in certain areas and information that the masses should have and people should have and shouldn't have to question. And then when you do question, you know, are deemed to either be supporting the opposition or you seem to be some kind of troublemaker. When the reality is these people have to begin to realize that they're dealing with a population of people that are not like the people who were in the past. A lot more people are more informed now, and people are recognizing that, you know, you guys work for us, and it's our taxes you're taking up and making decisions without even consulting with us. And so a lot more people are now going to begin to question and hold them accountable, which they should be doing. And then is when, and only when, Banky, we are going to begin to see the kind of things that we would want to see in agriculture and in many of the other ministries, people who are supposed to be representing us. So
Yes, I.
I give thanks to you, you know, throwing yourself up. And, you know, I really look forward to the journey. This is quite an interesting night and quite an informative night. I know people are going to we're going to get some feedback from this, and so we look forward to that. So, folks, it's every Friday. We're going to be here.
Yes,
We're going to have a number of different topics various times. We're still going to do the last Tuesday in the month with Alan and the agriculture, everything agriculture meets the topics. But then we'll be back on the Friday to do our own thing. I am really looking forward to some forward movement with cannabis in the future where Nevis is concerned. I do have some plans. I'm really looking forward to an engagement with the ministry on both sides. So I am in the
okay.
process of seeking to have a meeting with the PS and the Minister of Government and St. Kitts, and I'm really looking forward to a similar conversation with those on Nevis, because there's a project that can address a lot of these issues, and I have connections with the people who are qualified and are doing a lot of these things, not just in America, but also in Africa. And so I got a chance to push the Caribbean and first and foremost St. Kitts and Nevis, because that's where I'm from, to be a part of this project. And so I applaud you again also for taking the bold move to put on a workshop and to would have done several of the other workshops that you would have done where cannabis is concerned, and showing up in the different spaces when invited
Yes, sorry.
to make presentations and so on. People like you and the things that you do cannot go without recognition, at least by me. I'm the kind of person like that. I'm going, I love to, give people the kudos when they really do what they should be doing. And so,
Yes, sorry.
enough respect to that. I hope that people really, start a book early so that they could put you in a position where maybe you have to do a part 2 and maybe a part 3 and so on, where that is concerned.
Definitely.
Because
Yes.
the knowledge is important, and the paradigm shifting, the changing of the mind, the re-engineering of the mind where cannabis is concerned is critical if we're really
Yes.
supposed to move forward the way we want to move forward in the Federation. And since those at the helm are not taking the initiative to do so, I
Yes,
mean,
sorry.
you are doing so right now, and you will get the support and continue to get the support. So, King, I respect the opportunity to be here. Sorry, and let me apologize again to those for coming in late. But
yes,
I did have some challenges at the beginning of the show and was unable to get through in time to do this. But like I said, better late than absent. And so I was still able to come and make a positive contribution to the discussion and the discourse. Banky, no respect on the journey. It's a very interesting day. I got to mark down this date and the calendar. What is it, 20th? Is it 20th? 20th of December 2024. Banky made the announcement that he is going to run for
and
the
we will
next
Entertainment Network. Big up, Will Entertainment Network. You know what I
election.
mean? So this is where history in the making.
History, that's what I'm saying. He's going to be running for the next election, and not just the local election. He also putting himself up for the federal election as well. And
Of
this
course.
announcement
Yeah,
was
love.
made on Real Entertainment Network. So, folks,
Yeah.
this would be the network for you to look forward to in the not too distant.
Yes.
Well, you should have been looking forward.
And keep
If you
tuning
didn't
in.
know
Keep
about
tuning
Real
in. Send
Entertainment
out the
Network,
every Friday night. Yes.
yeah, but if
Go
they
ahead.
didn't know about Real Entertainment Network, well, they need to
Then no,
know about
no.
it now. And yeah, they need to know about it now and stay
Yes,
in
I.
tune. So, folks,
Yeah.
all of you who logged in this evening, be sure to share. We're going to share it later on. I'm going to share it to a lot of different spaces. And for those who log in via YouTube as well, I think YouTube and Twitch, and well, those who are
Facebook.
here with us on Facebook. We didn't
Yes.
really get into a lot of the comments this evening. We didn't have a lot of comments either. We had Evan Jeffers saying good night all.
Yes. Good night, everyone.
She said you turn up cause oh, okay, I guess she meant that I actually was here because yeah, okay, that's my cousin here. So I guess she remember.
Okay.
I guess maybe you were saying that I'm supposed to come, but I didn't. Yes, I guess you were
Yes,
saying
yes.
eventually I turn up. Yes. So I am eventually Ruth Lynn. Say good evening from Florida, and she
Good
also
evening,
was
Rutlin.
sending some greetings to
All
Evan.
those who listening in
Evan,
silence, big up yourself.
yeah, a lot of others. Yeah, Evan Jeffers says season greetings to you and your family. Danny
Greetings as
Jones,
well.
that's my brethren, former student of mine, locked in.
Yes, I.
Beyond Hanley, locked in. I gotta give up big up a man like Beyond, I mean, he locked in, and
You said Bian,
I
Bian.
give Beyond
Yeah,
Hanley.
big up, brethren. Yeah, big up Bian. Enough
Yeah, man.
respect.
I love the move that move that he made, taking that trip to Africa, and was
Yeah, man,
able
nice.
to give us, live coverage and stuff from Africa, and
Yes, I.
dispel a lot
Did
of
some
the
great works over
notions
there
that a lot
too.
of
I
people
mean,
have.
reach out to.
Huh?
Yes. Did a lot of great works
Oh
over there
yes, yes, yes.
too,
He was on the
helping
program
people
with
and
us. Yes,
support.
yes, 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 yes. We interviewed him. I didn't even remember that. Wow. But anyway,
Of
yeah.
course.
But that's a good move. That's a real good move, and it really helped. I'm sure a lot of people change their mindset in terms of what they would have thought Africa is, based on sometimes a lot of the what Western media would promulgate and so on. But he was able to go
Mm-hmm.
on the ground and give us a different experience. So we and Sinkits and Nevis, we had our own Woody Meyer, because he's like Woody Meyer and some of those other people
Yes, I.
who do the opposite,
True.
who come from
Yes,
Africa
yes,
and
yes.
come to the Caribbean and so
Oh,
on. He now
yes.
went from the
True.
Caribbean,
Went
went to
over there.
Africa, and yes,
Yes.
and meet
Travel
and
different places, you know what I mean, within
yes.
Africa at the
So
same time.
enough respect to that, and that's a discussion, Banky, that we definitely gonna have as well, because I'm doing some
Yes.
work in terms of seeking to bridge that gap between Africa and the Caribbean. A lot of the times we seek investors and so on from
Mm-hmm.
America and Europe and other parts and so on, and we have very wealthy brothers and sisters in Africa in different territories
Of course.
who, in
Of
a lot
course.
of
Of
cases,
course.
sometimes don't even know that these
Well, right
Caribbean
here
islands
too.
exist. And
But
if they do
right
know,
here too. Yes.
yeah, no, but sometimes some of these, even if they know that
Yes.
our countries are so beautiful and so much things are going on, they would also
Yes.
seek to want to invest in our territories as
Of
well.
course.
And we're doing vice versa. Could some of us here
Mm-hmm.
can go to Africa and get into certain business and certain ventures and so on over there and help to develop Africa as well. So we want to be able to bridge that gap, and that's the project that I'm talking about that I need to get in touch with the ministers with is an agricultural project that is seeking to do a bit of that, because these people have connections with people who have connections with logistics and could be bringing in cargo and exchanging trade products from Africa to the Caribbean, and some of our products going
Yes.
to that market as well. So
Yes.
it's amazing, and I must tip my hats to people like Beyond, like I said, for making such a move, and we have to continue the journey. So we will do that. That will be part of our contribution as well on the program. So I know we gone over time, Banky. So enough respect.
That's your echo. You're echoing.
No, I was saying I know we went over time, so I give
Yeah, but you're
thanks.
echoing. You have an echo in the background. That's what I mean. I know where you come from all of a sudden. Yes.
Let me see if I could
Okay.
fix that. So, sounds any better now?
No, still got the echo in the headphone. Yeah. Okay. We'll figure that out. But yeah, so enough respect. I mean, for the kind words and stuff like that. I'm just putting myself up as a regular person, a farmer. I mean, they know I'm dedicated. I mean, one who worked within the civil service for over a decade, work within the community of throughout Nevis, the school, look at all the schools, all the farmers, the greenhouse, technology, whatever it is, different planting medium. So it was an experience, you understand, working because it's a people's interaction. So you learn a lot and you build a lot of relationship and trust within the community. At the same time, you get to educate a lot at with the schools when they have World Food Day, go to different schools in Gingerland, different school within, you know what I mean, to speak about agriculture and different stuff to the youth and them work along with the greenhouses and the projects for CXC. So it was a journey, you understand, but when you have ministers and these party politics get involved, and this is why I'm part to put up myself, we have to change the diaspora when it comes to going forward with our country and looking out for our people, because what's happening now is not the right thing. Is not a balance. It's just about a certain group of people and hierarchy status where they're better than us, the farmer. Be good enough to vote for them, but not good enough to be to put up ourselves. And these things will never happen. You understand? So therefore, man stand alone with the poor people, because when a poor man the same way, noble. You understand? Raised by a single mom. So we understand these things. We understand what extra $20 can do a month time and what the minimum wage is and how we have to stretch it and still have some people have to work three. As the minister laugh about it, the same minister of agriculture, you know, people who have 5 jobs. If somebody got 5 jobs, they now work 8 hours. And you see what I mean? They have to left one job, go up on the next work 2 hours here, 3 hours here, 2 hours here. So come on, they're not seeing their family. And you're encouraging these things. So we got to come better. So the way forward that I want the general public to understand, make sure the minister of agriculture and the cabinet is responsible for Indian cattle phase 1 project with the manager and the staff at the department. What happened to Indian cattle and what is the reason behind of it? And the only thing changes that I leave and the manager is a different person, and the minister changed and the minister is a different person. So accountability is needed. So therefore, the minister should be fired. Also, the manager. It's just a reality. And the whole cabinet, it's a pilot project that the government and the cabinet sanction. So why now you want to go and do phase 2 when you can't control phase 1? So my recommendation is to give all the resources for phase 2 to make it a part of the 2025 agenda. We are both all who want to take part, farmers and backyard farmers and all those. Just like in St. Kitts, they're giving them all the different resources. And Navis is not a part to accept this because they never asked for the resources. Because the resources is there for Navis to get, but they're not asked because I'm asking resources to help other farmers here. And I'm getting it. So you understand? So something don't make no sense. You see? So it means that the ministry is not asking for this to help their own farmers. So they have over 200 older boy and let them the farmer PS and added for the phase 2. So let's give away those 200 wires to farmers who need help and backyard farmers who want help. Also drip lines and whatever is there. Okay, that is what I recommend the way forward to the minister and to the cabinet. Phase 1, the phase 1 is going to be start in the January, anytime in the first quarter, anytime in the year going to start. I going to be down the protest away placards because don't make sense start phase 1, phase 2 I mean, phase 1, phase 2 and phase 1 now going to win. It's been abandoned, and plus you add a pilot project with planting hot peppers for a Tabasco company. Well, this even make it worse. With no water, you have female there, no water. So how do you use the bathroom? Sanitation. It's crazy. It's sad. So I want the general public to take a look at Indian Castle. Take pictures. Send me some pictures. Cause I don't have time to leave my farm. So yes, so that's why I can't go down there. So whoever is in the area, listen to this sort of voice over the weekend, take a trip Indian Castle, take some pictures, see the condition of down there, which I know is a terrible state. Because I had a meeting this week with the deputy director and the assistant peers. So it shows, and they are very, 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 very disappointed. What need to be held over the weekend is an emergency meeting with the cabinet and the way forward with Indian Castle. That's what need to be held. And what's going to happen to phase 2? It don't make sense to phase 2 because we will be watching and we'll be talking about it and we'll be protesting this. And accountability is the way forward into the new year. So we start now. All right? So we give thanks for those who tuning in, and really, I just want to say, I mean, definitely I'll be putting up myself for the next election, whichever it comes, and whether it's tomorrow, I'll be there. And as I say, once somebody vote for me, I'll take part in the federal also. So losing do not exist, and it's a state of mind and how you sit in, because you always learn from this experience, and that is how you put into perspective. You understand? So once the heart mean well, everything will follow. And I mean, I'm open to advice and different ideas from the general public. Those who want to see a change and want the constitution to adapt, we're going to change the whole constitution. So let me see how fast they could change the constitution, start make errors before now and the next time election comes. They want to see how serious we are about this. So let the movement start now, and give thanks to everyone. And also, if you want to follow Shabbos Organics, there's a Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, Shabbos Organics, and you'll find all the different stuff that we post. And also, you can find us here every Friday at 7 o'clock. We will talk about the different topics and bringing guests within the new year. Also, in the new year, I'll be on some different platforms talking about my way forward when it comes to agriculture and stepping up myself as a candidate to represent the as a regular person, not as a lawyer, doctor, anything like that. A different era, regular people, and we go forward and I'm about inclusiveness. So bring your ideas. If you want to visit the farm, as I say, my farm is another place to come and chill and farm the food. If you have good ideas and the interest, I'm there to listen and make this thing work. And we take our country in our own hand, and everything become inclusive, where you as a part of the government, because we are the government. The decision are make inclusiveness, whatever policies that go forward, we vote, and you have a referendum, people vote and things. You understand? Stuff like that could be implemented if you're not sure, and it makes sense. All right, so we give thanks for the support over the years, Everything Agriculture Show. Big up Real Entertainment. Always remember to share the link and continue. Always go back and listen to the show and stuff like that. If you want to make clippets of my announcement and send it out, let's start spread the word, and that's what it's all about. All right, so Yason, enough respect from the beginning and continue as usual. Big up Owens and all those in the background who are supporting the movement. The beautiful thing about it, these people who the general public not butt up this thing, Yason. They're fed up of these people, Fed up, fed up, fed up. They don't want nothing to do with them, Both sides. So you see our cuss. They go and fight against each other. They, they got new awakening to come. So this change of this way of doing things now is not about cussing people. We're sticking to the issues, and who is not there, we're holding people accountable for these things now. So big up, big lies, and also encourage other people in Syncades to step up to the mantle, and let Syncades and Nevis continue to be the change as we have been over the years when it comes to other stepping forward and other countries into the Caribbean start get up and make the same change. All right. So give thanks for listening to Everything Agriculture Show. We'll give you more than enough overtime that we went, yes, son. So I think they should be filled and well packed. And
I am looking forward to them campaign posters, Ras Banky, best for Nevis. I'm looking forward to the promotional campaign, I'm gonna step up as your first one of your first advisors, so I'll be on the advising team. So I'll be here.
Your voice long ten than minor matters. And the general public is the advisors.
I'm making the public.
Yes, the general public is advisors. So they all have enough respect. So I mean I got a couple of votes already.
Yeah.
All right. So you see we don't win. The universe don't make mistakes.
We got. So yeah, man, I give thanks. I give thanks for that. No joke thing. On a more serious note, it's a real serious decision to look forward to representing people in that capacity. And I really hope and pray that you get the support, because I know you mean well and you have demonstrated that you can do well. And so it would just be up to the people to really say, well, hey, I know this guy can do this, and it's up to them now if they're going to make that decision. So let's hope and pray they do. But in the meantime, we will continue putting our messages forward, and we will continue to promote everything agriculture, and bring various discussions and discourse to the platform here on Real Entertainment Network. So folks, spread the word. Make sure you share this live. Make sure you become a fan, like or subscribe or whatever you need to do for Real Entertainment Network, and look for them also on YouTube and subscribe and like them there. And I think they're on Twitch as well. And check them out there on Twitch as well. So there are various different mediums for you to be a part of the Real Entertainment family. So we look forward to having you as family members as we continue. Enough love, everybody. Guidance and detection. We don't study with these things, so we have a holidays and so whatever. We will be here anyway.
No man, family on a half days.
We're farming and a half day, so yeah, we will still come and give you some information. So we will be here. So no closing half business going on here. So people, enough love, guidance, and detection. Always a pleasure.
All right, enough respect, and with that, we out.
Hey, this man Easy, inviting you to tune in. It's all about everything agriculture with the man Banky and Company, alongside Yason Tafari. It's your weekly educational show. And tune in. It's inspirational, educational.